Surprise, surprise, everyone. What's going on? Welcome back to another watch along here on the Forward Progress YouTube channel presented by Fanduel. For those of you who are unaware, Rob Pizzola will not be in the host chair tonight. It'll be I, the porn guy, the PGP guy, Jason, as you know me in the chat, hosting for today. So before you click away, whether you're watching for a train wreck or watching to enjoy and hang out with me, drop a 1 in the chat, drop a 2 in the chat, whatever you want to do. Drop something in the chat and make sure you press that like button. Anthony Glenn, as always, let's get right into this game. Guys, if you caught our Thursday night preview with Suma earlier today, you would know my feelings on the game here. Right now, market's kind of moving back and forth between that 4.5 and 5.5 range. I feel like the market doesn't really know what to make about the Dallas Cowboys or the New York Giants. We're going to find out a lot of things about these two teams tonight, and it's going to be a lot of fun to find it out with you guys. So, yeah, excited to get into it. Nothing really here from a side and total perspective for me. As you guys know, I'm not a pro bettor. I'm not going to be able to beat this stuff at the closing line. I'm not even going to try and make an attempt at it. I will say, if you like the over, 44.5 is a relatively good number compared to market. So if you're looking to play that, make sure you play that over on FanDuel. Head over to forwardprogress.com. Excuse me, FanDuel.com/forward progress to play that on FanDuel. So obviously, you guys know that I'm not a pro bettor, and I made that very, very, very clear. So I enlisted the resources at my disposal, and I talked to every single person in the Forward Progress group chat, and they sent me their props for today. And those are the props we're going to play. We have 4 props for us today. And after we do those props, we're going to head into the PGP. Make sure you vote in the poll so we know what PGP we're playing, whether you want to play for Dallas, the Giants, the over, or the under. Make sure you guys vote in the poll. I'm not going to sway it one way or the other because whichever way I try and sway it, it's going to go the opposite. So let's get right into these props from what everyone likes and what they've sent to me here. Let's see this here. All right. It's just me, guys. No one else is here. I'm flying solo. So chat, throw me a bone. Help me out here. We're going to start off with Hitman's props. Hitman is looking towards Dak Prescott. He's looking to take his pass attempts towards the under. Now, when Hitman sent it to me, it was at 35.5. He doesn't like it as much at 34.5. But guess what, Hitman? That's too bad. We're still going to play it anyways. And if we lose, we're still going to blame you. So we're going to lock in Dak Prescott under 34.5 pass attempts at -120 for a half unit. All right. That's from Hitman. If it loses, tweet at him. Up next, we're going to go into the rushing prop game. And this one is from Suma, who will be joining me early on in the show. We're going to look at Daniel Jones. We're going to take his over of 31.5 at -110 again for a half unit, courtesy of Suma. He'll be joining us in the first quarter here. Our third prop, this one comes courtesy of Cleve TA. And Cleve TA likes Wan'Dale Robinson's 35.5. He likes the over, -110. We're going to take that as a half unit as well. And then the last one here, courtesy of Young Judah. He's going to take Jalen Tolbert over 29.5 receiving yards, -110. And we're going to do a half unit on all of those. Listen, guys, if you want to fade those, fade those. If you want to tail them, tail them. Just make sure you're getting the best price available. And a lot of those prices are usually over at fanduel.com. Guys, get those votes in. We have a couple minutes left before the start of the game. Get those votes in so we can get going on our PGP. But before we do that, just want to remind everyone that FanDuel is one of the best sports books in the world. And of course, football is in full swing. And there's no better place to get in on the NFL action than FanDuel, America's #1 sports book, because right now, new customers can kick off the season with $200 in bonus bets. Just place any $5 bet and you'll get $200 in bonus bets guaranteed. That's right, 200 bonus bets guaranteed. You can use that on spreads, props, live bets. You can use that on the to catch a pass market that we like to play live here on the show. Overs, unders, whatever you want, you can play it at. So, I mean, guys, you know how much we love FanDuel here, especially for those SGPs. We love playing those SGPs. I love playing those SGPs. Super square of me, but I love doing it nonetheless. And FanDuel has tons of options, tons of outs, tons of available bets at your disposal. Just visit FanDuel.com/forward progress to download America's #1 sportsbook. That's FanDuel.com/forward progress. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas, in affiliation with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in DC. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG. call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts or call 1-8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. We take problem gambling very seriously here on the Forward Progress YouTube channel. So guys, if you're having any issues with that, please don't be afraid to call that number. Please don't be afraid to reach out. We definitely don't want people dealing with those sorts of things. And one thing I want to get clear before we get into these PGPs, someone commented this on a video earlier today, to distinguish the kind of our unit size for these parlays. I think we told you guys this already about these parlays, is that like, this is how I play it. I set aside a certain amount of money. I set aside a certain amount of my bankroll, and I expect to lose every cent of that bankroll, and I'm putting it all towards SGPs or PGPs, as some people like to call them. That's what I do with my bankroll. I'm not going to tell you how you guys should do it, but we're going into these are purely wagertainment bets, especially if they're coming from me, guys. Don't expect to win these. We're just trying to have some fun here, trying to play a couple long shots, and hopefully we can win a couple. We've been very lucky with them so far. Rob's a smart guy. He's hit a couple good ones so far. I can't guarantee you're going to hit anything here on the show with me, but hey, it's all good. Before we get into our parlay here, though, I'm going to give you guys a couple more seconds to get those chat votes in. Drop what you're playing in the chat right below. I'm curious to see what everyone is playing. And while everyone's dropping their little plays in the chat, I'm going to start them as we go along. I'm going to share with you guys, in case you missed the show earlier today, I'm going to share with you what I'm playing for tonight. It's the most psychotic, insane, never going to hit parlay, but I don't care because you don't know why. I love Malik Neighbors. Malik Neighbors is an absolute dog. I think he goes off tonight. I think we're going to see a Malik Neighbors legacy game. So that's why, if you caught the show earlier, I'm going to give you guys my quick PGP for the night. It's -6.5 for the New York Giants. We're going to pair that with, of course, Malik Neighbors legacy game. We're going to get him to score 2+ touchdowns. That's 2+ touchdowns, Malik Neighbors. And we're not done yet. We're going to go to the receiving props. We're going to go all the way down to alt receiving yards if I can find him. There he is. Alt receiving yards. We're not taking 100. We're not taking 110. We're not taking 125. We're taking over 150. And wait, chat, that's not all. We're going to go down to receptions and take his 11+ receptions if I can find where his receptions are. There they are. There they are. This is the most psychotic parlay. Listen, it was 250 to 1 earlier, if you caught it earlier. But, I mean, 180 to 1. Take a swing at it, guys. Take a swing at it. Why not? Why not? Also, don't it's going to lose, so don't. But that's what I'm playing tonight. I'm psycho. Malik Neighbors, I think he's a dog. I think he's going to have a great game tonight. And, like, there's nothing I want more than for Rob Pizzola to come on here and join us in the third corner and just be absolutely miserable after Malik Neighbors just destroys him. So, all right. Let's do this thing. Going to look through the chat and see what you guys are playing here. We have 2 more minutes, then we'll get into the PGP that we're going to build around what you guys voted for. Fries is saying he likes the Wandale receptions over. Fries, we're simpatico. You and TA, you guys like it. Chris is playing Cowboys -5.5 plus CD 2+ touchdowns plus 125 alt receiving yards. Seems like he's taking my Chris. Seems like you're taking my Malik Neighbors play and you're flipping it on its head. I like it. Jalen Tolbert anytime touchdown plus 360 from H Train. Seems like a good play. I'm just more curious to see how this Dallas offense operates. It's going to be very fun to see. I got a couple more here. Under Dak passing yards, I assume 268.5, 63.5 under. Don't know what that under's for. All unders. All right, I love it. I love the under parlay. Maybe that's what we do. If it's Dallas, maybe I do the under parlay. You guys let me know. We got a couple more here. Ferguson first TD at 11-1. I actually really like that. Ferguson first TD at 11-1. You can get a better price though over at FanDuel. I'm going to close the poll right now, guys. So if you want to get your last poll votes in before I close it, please do so now. I'm going to close it very, very shortly. It seems like what we're going to have to do is build towards a Dallas Cowboys parlay, which I hate because I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to lose this game. I straight up knowing the Cowboys, Rob's not on the stream. It just seems like all the vibes are going towards the Dallas Cowboys losing this game. But I tried to sway you. Didn't work. We're going to end the poll now. 43% chose the favorite, chose the Dallas Cowboys. So, guys, help me build this one out here. If we're going to think about the Dallas Cowboys and them winning, I mean, I don't like it, but that's what we're going to go with. Let's take them at 6.5 right here, plus 112. Get them to win by a tud. If they're winning, I can't expect them to be winning through the ground. Their run game has been horrendous as of late. I just don't see that happening, especially with this front seven from the Giants, where they have some two really good players in Brian Burns and DeMarcus Lawrence, and also Kayvon Thibodeau as well. They have beefy dudes up front, right? So it scares me. Plus, on top of that, Dallas Cowboys stink at running the ball. So we're going to look towards passing props. That's what we're going to look towards. And I know Hitman likes the under, but like maybe we go. Kurtar, I like the way you think. I like the way you think here. I like the way you think. Let's take some Dak Prescott alts. A couple Dak Prescott alts here. Let's look at 275 feels like a lot. 275 feels like a lot. 5.5 whole squares can be, you know it. I think we're going to go with 275 plus. Fries. Listen, I don't do it. You guys are pulling me back and forth here. You guys are pulling me back and forth. I'll slow down. I'm very excited, Drunken Goon. I'm sorry. All right. What do we want to go here? You guys want to go Jake Ferguson? Give me a 1 in the chat if you want Jake Ferguson involved. Give me a 2 in the chat if you don't want Jake Ferguson involved. Maybe we'll do it like that. Maybe we will do it like that, chat. Jake Ferguson involvement, 1 or 2, 1 yes, 2 no. And maybe we'll look towards his receptions as we see these 1s and 2s come in. You guys are dead even here. You guys are not making this easy for me. That's literally dead even, guys. My goodness. So we got to go fast. We got like 2.5 minutes. We got 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. All right. We're throwing in Jake Ferguson. We're going over on his receptions. And then I saw someone throw a CeeDee Lamb out there. So we're going to go CeeDee Lamb over on it. This is terrible. I hate this. I don't know what I'm doing. I hate this. Jake Ferguson safety. Justin Dover. Get out of here. This is what we got so far. Don't know where to take it from here. Just going to click around and see if there's anything that we like. I saw someone say CeeDee Lamb 100 plus yards. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to lock that in. And I'm going to go quickly play this. Right now. Hopefully I can get it in before the whistle. So to recap, I hate this. We're doing it though. You guys asked for Dallas. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to go with, what is this? Dallas Cowboys minus 6.5. Ew. Dak Prescott 275 plus yards. Ew. Jake Ferguson over 4.5 receptions. I like that leg. And then CeeDee Lamb 100 plus passing yards. You know what? 1 in the chat if you want me to switch to Rico under rushing. 1 in the chat if you want to switch CeeDee Lamb 100 plus yards into Rico under rushing yards. Drop that in the chat, guys. I'm going to quickly play this right now because I don't want to be that. Usually Rob's here. We have a producer here who's going to be doing this. I'm doing everything. I'm firing on all cylinders. Anyways, before we get into today's guests, we got a couple great ones. We got in the fourth quarter, Matthew Russell joining us at MRS Authentic. Great guy, funny guy. Excited that he's going to be around with us here in the fourth quarter. In the third quarter, you know him. You love him. He usually hosts this stream right here. The pizza man himself will be joining us for the third quarter. And then, sorry, just trying to get, I just got the bet in. Perfect. All right. Second quarter, Clive Bigsby. He'll be joining us. You guys know him. He's usually here every Sunday night for the first and second quarter. And then in the first quarter, right now, we got the one, the only, the man from Dusseldorf, Germany, our good friend, my good friend, Fabian Summer. Suma, how's it going?
Guys, how's it going?
Seems like the
chat is already on fire.
Oh yeah.
Seeing Fürstenberger.
a lot of fun from the chat right now. And yes, Johnny, I do expect double pay from Rob. I'll give him a ring at the end of the show here. But yeah, Kickoff is about to start. When the first kickoff goes, I'll give my countdown. We're gonna sync to my screen. It feels really good to get to be the sync guy this week. But yeah, Suma, how was the rest? Were you able to get some sleep after our
barely
recording?
like 2 hours. My
2 hours.
oldest son was not having a good one today.
That's
okay. Let Anthony Glenn, let's sing to Suma. This has never happened in the history of this show, Anthony.
Okay, so I'm gonna, if we want to sync to Suma, guys, we can. All right, 1 in the chat if we want to sync to Suma, 2 in the chat if we don't. I need to see a bunch of ones before this first play call, and if there aren't enough ones, we're not doing this. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Cowboys starting with the ball, seeing a couple ones. Everyone wants to sync to Suma, which is correct. Like the disrespect. All right, I'm gonna pause right when the ball snaps. So,
okay, let me. Game is starting right now. 1 second.
The game just started for you.
No. I'm opening the game and the zone is making. Okay.
This is the biggest party foul on earth. Suma, you're not even watching the game and you're doing a watch along with us.
Okay, now 1st and 10. Cowboys, snapped the ball.
All right, right off the bat, what I talked about pregame, where Rico Dowdle is not going to do anything today. Wrong. Instantly,
First run,
8-yard run for Rico Dowdle. So
14, 47, 46, 45, 44.
Okay, I'm like a second ahead of you, so I'm gonna do a quick little pause play. All right. Are you excited for this? Were you excited to watch this game sooner, or is this kind of gonna be one of those games where you just did not?
I'm actually excited, yes, because I wanna see what the Cowboys are doing. Like, spine of their defense has been so bad against the run. Can the Giants run the ball on them? Can anyone cover CD Lamb? Can anyone cover Malik Neighbors? Lots of questions to be answered.
I think those 2 questions we've already had answers, and the answer is no. No one can cover either of those guys. They just figure out ways to get open and get the ball themselves. But yeah, no, it's. I think we're gonna learn a lot about these 2 teams, because you're right. If they can't run against, if the Dallas Cowboys can't run against the Giants, then they literally can't run against anyone. It's like what we saw with the Bears last week against the Colts, where it's like they weren't able to do anything on the ground. If you're not gonna be able to run on the Colts, how are you gonna run on any other competent team in the league here? And a quick 3 and out from the Cowboys. And listen, the chat wanted the Dallas Cowboys parlay, but I don't know how I feel about that. I didn't know how I felt about that. I really like. I'm square. I really like the Giants in this game.
Malik Neighbors starts now.
Roy starts now. Yeah, I agree. I think. I mean, Jaden Daniels seems like is going to be the front runner, obviously.
I mean, problem for Neighbors is like if Daniels is going to continue like this, and is like having a great quarterback rookie season, it's going to be tough for Neighbors.
Yeah, it's going to be very. I agree. It's going to be very hard for him to overcome that. But I mean, he very clearly has the talent to do it. Like, he's as advertised coming out of LSU. He looks fantastic, honestly. So, I just hope he hits his 2+ touchdowns tonight. But all right, let's see the first drive here for the Giants.
5 yards on the ground.
It should not be this easy for them to run against the Cowboys, but again, they lets it be.
Singletary is having a really good season. I mean, I think he's like number 1 in broken tackles or something.
Yes, I was looking at that, but
Neighbors.
Interesting. Well, they're taking out Singletary and Neighbors. What is this, a Tyrone Tracy game? Are we getting the Tyrone Tracy game here? Also, Ozempic Dayball looks crazy. Like, it just like. What a great ad.
On second down without Neighbors.
I don't get that.
Nothing,
I don't get
nothing.
I do not get that. It's just that's one of those where you just you just galaxy out. You're just galaxy braining yourself out of that one. I don't know what's happening there. What have you made so far of Zimmer's scheme for the Cowboys?
I think that I was overestimating it after week 1 because 2 more games of data on Deshaun Watson and the Browns offense really made me reevaluate that. So problem for Zimmer is that
he's so good.
wide
He's
open,
is he gonna score?
wide
Oh my god, he's actually so good. Oh my god. Okay, well that's not even like him though. That's just more so what was going on here? Oh my god. Okay, no, he is good. He is who's 25 on the Cowboys? That guy got
Did he
cooked.
slip? Did he slip?
I don't know. I think Neighbors just cooked his ass. That was something else. He is like I was talking about this with some friends. He is like Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase rookie year level, like good. I know Justin Jefferson took like a couple games for him to get into the swing of things, but like QB proof, like elite wide receiver. It's crazy that LSU can just pump out these guys.
Yeah. I mean, it's been that case over the years. I mean, Odell Beckham, for example, on the same field.
Oh man, it's crazy.
I have the bot in the chat.
There they come. Here they come. All right, I have a question for the chat. Actually, maybe I'll save it for a little bit later. I'll save it for later.
Better than OBJ rookie year. We will see. But there's Daniel Jones on the move. 4 yards.
He looks a little bit slower than he used to look. He had an injury with his. It was his knee that was the issue last year, right?
ACL was it? Was ACL, and then but before he had the ACL, there was a different injury. I don't know, ankle or something.
Okay, I mean that makes sense. There's a flag. I can't hear what it is. Not sure what it is. Maybe chat can fill us in.
Face mask Giants.
You're ahead. How can you be ahead of me?
I am the first time ahead on this stream in the history of the Hammer Betting Network.
This is why you got to get me on to host more then. And for those wondering, by the way, Rob is not here today because he was traveling. He will be here for the third quarter. He'll be here for halftime to do a little parlay action for you guys in the chat. So
Rob didn't want to get embarrassed by another Cowboys loss.
That was honestly his main reason. He booked everything around this Cowboys game so that he could make sure that he's not on live television when they get cooked by the Giants, which would be incredibly embarrassing. I do have to remind you guys in the chat, there's 165 of you. You've already done a good job. 68 likes so far. If just 40 of you can press that like button, it'd go a long way from here, and it would help me not get fired for tonight, which, I mean, might probably happen. So we'll see. But yeah, press that like button for us. Really, okay. You know the craziest thing, Suma. I don't get respect from chatters. I need to. I asked for likes and it went down. Somebody unliked it. We were at 68. It went to 67. Wow. Now it's going back up a bit, but yeah, it's just crazy. It's crazy.
Prime Vision. So I am watching via DAZN, which is the Prime stream, but I have no clue what Prime Vision is.
So Prime Vision is like, honestly, I could pull it up right now on my computer if I wanted to. I'm using my cable to watch right now, but they have like different stuff. Like, you see how they highlight the guy? See how they highlight the guy? And it's in. Great start to the BGP.
4th and 4. What yard line is it?
Oh, did I skip ahead of you by accident?
Oh, Dable. Wow, man. Okay, it's through Giants on the board.
Okay, commercial break then. I have a question for chat because Suma, I texted you earlier today, and I sent you a message, and you had no idea what it meant. So I'm curious to hear if the chat has ever heard this saying. So in chat, let me know with a 1 if you think I'm weird for saying this, or 2 if you think it's a normal thing to say. I texted Suma. He said He apologized for something, never needed to apologize for it. I said, don't worry about it. That's gravy. I said, that's gravy. Have you guys ever heard that term, that's gravy, instead of that's good? I'm a that's gravy guy. Is that a weird thing to say? Zach, I know it is a weird thing. All right. Seems like Chad is in agreement with you that you're like, what the heck is it?
Oh, the ones are coming. Flying in.
And Suma texts me back. He's like, the sauce question mark? It's a little.
I only knew gravy as like a topping or something.
Yeah, no, that's what gravy is, but it's like gravy isn't good. No, I've never heard of like gravy isn't good. Like that's gravy. Don't worry about it. That's like yeah. All right, that's just me. Any other weird sayings that people say in the chat? Let me know so I can find out. Also, if you guys want to put a 3 in the chat, if you ever want to get me off screen, make sure you put the 3 in the chat. Like touchdown. I swear TDMP just wants me to say his full name because he knows that it's like a bait for me. I'm not like TDMP. I'm never saying your full name. Okay. It's bait. It's bait. I told my friends to watch. I told my family to watch. I can't be getting my, the word I'm trying to say. I can't be referred as the PG tonight. Okay. Chat. We got to be quiet about the PG stuff. My parents are watching. Keep it.
Did we have any porn guy reference yet?
No, that's what I was asking that we didn't mention, but I mean, you just did. So there's the first reference. Hi, Mom. Yeah. That's a flag for you. That's a flag for you, Sima. That's penile. How dare you?
They would say gravy is his nana's pasta gravy.
No, you would never. No, come on. Zach, I feel like have you ever noticed Zach in the chat before? I've never noticed Zach. Is this your first time chatter or what? I don't think I've ever noticed him before, right? Yeah.
No.
He was tweeting at me today. He's like coming at me. I'm like, all right, let's do this. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. I see Jay's back in the chat. Anyways, thanks so much, guys, for tuning in. We appreciate it. We appreciate you guys coming out here. Live market right now. I mean, we're a little bit behind, which is going to be tough.
Gotta be honest. I think shoemaker is an incredible English name because we have Schumacher in German, and I just find it very funny if there's just the English version of a German name.
Is that the spin-off of it or no? Does Schumacher in German mean like shoemaker, like shoe creator?
Yes. It's like from like 200 years ago or something.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I think I don't know if it's a German name. I don't know. Seems like it might be. It might be.
Are you 5'6", Jason?
No, I don't know why people are saying that. That's fake news. I told that I was not going to release. I'm not going to release my height until we hit 150 likes. How about that? So when we hit 150 likes, we'll release my height. Suma, how tall are you, by the way? Because it's always so weird to gauge. Like,
I have to Google it. What the?
You're a meter and stones.
Yes, meter.
Do you know you don't have to tell us your weight. Like, I feel like that doesn't matter. But everyone's trying to guess my height and weight.
So I am 5'9".
Okay. 1 in the chat if you thought Suma was taller. 2 in the chat if you thought he was shorter. I thought you were taller, Suma. I thought Hitman. Really? Also, Hitman's apparently like 6'1", which I don't believe at all. Like,
really?
Yeah, right. Doesn't he look short on camera?
Okay. He's always sitting, I think, at his desk, so maybe we don't realize that.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he would be the one to lie about his height, though. He would be the one to lie about his height when he's like 5'11" and says he's 6'1". Yeah, Hitman definitely wears pumps. I agree with this. He does. No one in the chat believes it. Like, yeah. Though I gotta find that clip. He thought he was like the way he described it made him seem so tall. Hitman got the leg stretching surgery.
Over under 204 lbs. Yeah, guess what?
On the dot? Oh no, you're under. No, you might be a little bit over because you got pipes, you got arms. I've seen it before. You go to I know Hitman. I know you hit the gym. I know Hitman doesn't hit the
I
gym.
do,
know
but I'm still under that.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yes, Thomas. It means Werbung. That's what we are looking at right now. What happened on first down, by the way? I did not see it.
I honestly missed that. Chat's got to fill us in here. Please don't say you have a pipe. I'm not talking. Okay, you guys make this sound so bad. I'm talking about Suma's pipes, his arm, not his pipe singular. Jesus, you guys are gonna like. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna last a full 3 hours here. We might get kicked off of YouTube before then. We might get kicked off YouTube before then. Oh, my goodness. I know a lot about I will never be able to beat these allegations. I will come clean though, and I did try to do chat a solid this week.
Is Bastian S94 German?
I have no idea.
It's just a
McFit Dusseldorf, and it's heavy on steroids.
McFit Dusseldorf.
That sounds like a troll. That sounds like a troll.
McFit is like
Go ahead.
McFit is a major gym chain in Germany.
He's got to be German then. He's got to be German. What are your thoughts on drinking stuff with straws? By the way, are you a straw guy or anti-straw guy?
Not at all.
Like you're anti-straw?
I'm not anti, but I usually don't drink stuff that might require a straw.
So you just don't like turtles, eh? That's what it is.
I'm simply a water and beer from the bottle kind of guy.
Beer bottle guy. You never had a beer with a straw?
Actually, I had a Corona with a straw in Florida, which was for whatever reason a real thing there.
I honestly don't even know if that's a thing, but yeah, I appreciate you not roasting me for my straw because I'm a
yes, Scott. Yeah, Scott is true. I am trying to be nice.
I'm a straw guy. So it seems like what we're gonna do for this entire game is it's just gonna be CeeDee Lamb, Malik Neighbors getting fed, and then
yes,
and then they just are they taking CeeDee off the field? These offensive coordinators cannot help but shoot themselves in the dick like all the time. It's crazy. It is so ridiculous. I don't know why these guys don't play 100% of the snaps.
I mean, it's always a conditioning thing, but it was just one snap after the break.
Yeah, exactly. I can't believe Deuce Vaughn is getting reps. I can't believe Deuce Vaughn is getting reps. More flags. It's going to be one of those games. Every time these primetime games stink, but we'll see if it's different. What do you see in the chat here?
Straw question, Jason. How many holes are in a straw?
One? Is this like a trick question? 1? 2, I guess? I don't know. Depends on the way you look at it. 1 continuous hole? How else would you answer that? Is that like
I think it might have been a Pawn Guy reference.
Why? Because I fill holes? Is that the joke? Like I don't get it.
Just
holes?
I'm not the messenger.
It's a low hanging fruit. You guys got to do better than that. I like how chat already knows the system where it's a 1 if you agree, 2 if you disagree. It helps so much. It's so much easier for you guys to relay stuff to me when it's like that than putting up a poll. Pipes and 1 continuous hole. Correct. God.
Yeah, good question. Who is going to be the next Cowboys head coach?
I hope it's someone saying Deion Sanders. Scott, do we think Deion Sanders could be a competent head coach in the NFL? Like it's like he would have to be the Dan Campbell type where he's not an offensive play caller, he's not a defensive play caller, he's more of a motivator.
I have actually no clue whether he would coach in the NFL, but I mean outside of Jerry Jones maybe getting some hype around Jerry World, I cannot see that.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. He does suck. I don't think he's good. But Scott makes a great point in the chat that Jerry does love him. So
Adam Gase makes it. Wow, Adam Gase, man. Wow, what a sad
What a
period
throwback.
for the Jets.
And he was bad. He was one of the biggest grifters in all of the NFL.
Yeah.
Him. Who else?
I remember when he said, I don't know whether he told the story or someone else, that his wife was giving birth, and it was like during what happened? Wait a second.
Sorry. Hunter Lupke is getting a ton of looks.
Nice. Very nice play from Dak. So Adam Gase, his wife was giving birth on a Tuesday, and he just joined the hospital for like 1 hour, and then went straight back to practice or something. And then on Sunday, he comes up with like 19 HP dives or something. It's, I mean, absolutely ridiculous, that guy.
The best is the memes on. I think it's Le'Veon Bell, who's just would always complain about those halfback dives. 2nd and 8 halfback dive every time.
Yeah.
Oh.
Missed Olan Hall did not see that. Who's going to be on for the second quarter?
Second quarter is going to be Clive. Some call him Clyde. Third quarter is Rob. Fourth quarter is Matt Russell. Gonna keep an eye. I like, is Zeke riding Pine today? His carries have gotten lower every week.
Yeah.
Snaps have gone down. Carries have gone down.
Did we see him at all already?
Haven't seen him at all this drive. And I wonder if we like make a live play on his unders once we're out of the red zone here, because they do lock up all these props once we're in the red zone.
Nice ball by Dak. It was just a slant, but perfectly thrown. Is Deontay Banks shadowing Lamb a little bit?
I couldn't tell you. Could not tell you, Suma. Chat would do a better job of telling you than me. Chat would do a better job.
Late steam on CD Anders.
Is he like? Why is he coming out? So like, feels like it's every other play is coming out.
It looked like he couldn't understand either.
That's always the funniest when. Oh my goodness.
I remember when I drafted Tolbert in so many leagues like 2 years ago, because I thought he was going to be wide receiver 2.
And it's just, there is no wide receiver 2 on this team. It's just the wide receiver 2 is Dak, it seems like. Or sorry, Ferguson.
Yeah.
Oh man.
3rd and 3 coming up. Are you ahead of me now?
I'll tell you when they just snapped the ball for me.
Okay, then you are ahead of me.
I'll wait for your reaction.
Nice ball.
Almost scored on that one. Almost scored.
What is a 9/11 Beanadu episode? I have no clue.
Don't even know what that is. Afraid to Google it.
What is the Hitman prop, by the way?
The Hitman prop was under 35.5 Dak pass attempts, but wasn't available. So I gave out the 34.5 on his prop there. He told me not to give it out if it's below 35.5, and I just said, we're taking Dak unders, and if it loses, blame Hitman. Blame Hitman. Blame Hitman. Oh man.
Dacky Dimes.
Dacky Dimes. I like it.
Is there an actual nickname for Dak Prescott? I saw TA posting the Vanilla Vic.
Vanilla Vic
nickname today.
Oh. I can see if Dak has any.
Flag.
Dak. His nickname is the Fortress. Never heard of that before.
Fortress. Oh, 10 yards. Was it holding? Yeah, holding by guide.
Oh man. Feed Loop K 5.5 hole. I think he's sweating a Loop K touchdown here, which is
tell us the odds. Sharknado was the worst movie I have ever watched.
Come on. Have you ever seen The Room?
The Room, no.
No?
Actually, I'm not a big movie guy. Oh, that's coming back.
Flag. Fuck. Not a big movie guy?
No. I like to watch movies, but I'm not like I have not watched so many, and I'm not an expert. Like some people can reference like all the great movies of all time and stuff like that. But not really mine.
Yeah, I would say I'm not really. I'm like, I go back and forth on movies. I think I'm a movie guy kind of.
Oh, touchdown.
Oh, they're ruling it a touchdown.
What?
That's great. Wow.
Who had Dowdle first touchdown?
What did they originally call it? Someone had Dowdle first touchdown? Get out of here. Cash. Brian D. Brian D.
Did
Cash
not even see who got the flag.
That was weird.
That's a hold. Okay. Did not see that. What did the over close actually? Was it 45?
On Fanduel, it was 44.5 when I was last looking at it.
Okay.
Let me take a look at the live market right now. 46.5, 6.5 for the Cowboys. Yeah, closed at 44.5.
Okay.
Trade. That was weird. Go. Don't even know why you would throw the flag there, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Suma, do you find that German people are very literal? In like very literal with things, like or no? Is that a trait of the like Canadians are known as like we're known to be nice. Some people would say that we're nice, overly nice, saying like sorry too often.
Overly nice Canadians.
Why? You don't have the same.
I only know Rob and Moretto, so
you only know the scumbag and George. Don't forget about the scumbag trifecta.
And George, yeah.
So, I don't know. Someone was talking to me about how Germans are just very literal people.
Ah, man, might be. What is the? There was some word that English people were calling us, but I cannot remember. Would have to Google it and maybe I can find it, but I don't remember.
Melvis is very true though. It's from a North American point of view that is coming from like Germans being literal.
Don't use sarcasm. I cannot confirm. Okay, so. Question again for the chat, because Rob is not here. When do we get Francesco Greco on the stream?
I'll DM him right now. You think he'll be awake?
No, he won't.
This was honestly my biggest mistake. Was not getting Francesco Greco on for tonight. Honestly, now that I think about it, I don't know why I didn't do that. I messaged other people, but I didn't message Francesco.
That was the time today. I think he gets up like 5 a.m. in the morning. So he's definitely sleeping right now because he needs to get up in like 3 hours.
You know his schedule, eh? So we might be able to get him for the fourth quarter, is what you're saying.
He texts me every day, so I know his schedule in and out.
I love that. That's funny. I don't know why I did. I think I DM'd like 5 different people to come on. No one responded, but I tried Rochelle Ryan, Lisa Ann, Violet Myers.
Lisa Ann.
Who else?
So Francesco once DM'd with Lisa Ann.
Come on. Oh yeah, no, he was blocked by Lisa Ann. No.
Yes.
Yeah, that's because.
What happened?
No, never mind.
So Lisa Ann had a trip to Italy, and she asked for like recommendations, and he slided into the comment section and said he could help her. And then all of a sudden they were texting on the side, and at some point he got blocked for whatever reason.
No, he got. I know for a fact why he got blocked. He got blocked because he tweeted out a picture. I can't find this right now. I gotta find. So chat, maybe you guys can find this. He tweeted out a picture of Rob photoshopped onto Lisa Ann's face, and then Lisa Ann blocked him after that. I remember that. That was when I first started working at the Hammer. That was like in 2022. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And there's just a picture of Rob on Lisa Ann's body. If someone can find that and link it to me, I'll bring it up. It's gonna be impossible for me to find now. But
I have to look this up right now.
Oh man, Francesco Greco.
He's
a character.
From Bit Tigers a win. Lisa
yeah. What is his handle there? I never understood it.
I have no clue. I've never actually asked him that. Lisa Ann. I cannot find it right now. Oh, there it is.
Send it to me in the private chat. I got to bring this up. Chat, if you haven't seen this, you will die.
It's like so many tweets where he tagged her. Okay. The post is unavailable.
No.
Yeah. Oh, I got it. I'll text it. I will text it to you.
Telegram. Give me a sec.
Telegram?
Oh, private chat? No, never mind. You send a private chat? Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
I think
that
might have been it.
That's not even it.
Okay.
This one isn't even. There's another one. Where was this one? There's another. I'm not even kidding you. There's another. I don't even know if we're gonna be able to like post this. It's like, okay, no, we're good. We can show this.
That guy, man.
Oh man. There's another one I gotta find. But you know what, Suma, next time I'm hosting and you're on, I'll make sure Francesco Greco is the third, the guy in the cuck chair.
We politely asked Rob for a double guest stream, Francesco and me, but he wasn't amused. Let's keep it like that.
I think Rob might be traveling at some point in the near future. So whenever he does, that'll be the time. Before you log off, there's about, I think, 10 seconds left in the first quarter. Anything you like here that you want to fire live?
Oh, let me quickly take a look.
Like, just throwing this out there. Ezekiel Elliott hasn't played any snaps yet. At least to my knowledge, chat, you can fact check me on this. I don't think Zeke has played many snaps. We see Hunter Luepke getting worked in. We see Rico Dowdle getting worked in. We see Deuce Vaughn getting worked in. Do we fire Zeke Elliott live? Under?
Oh, man.
15 and
Did he have any snap? No, correct.
I did not
even
see.
A pass block?
I don't think he was even in pass block. I think that's why they were using Luepke in there to be as a blocker as well. Chat, let us know if you saw him in there. I don't recall seeing him. Suma can confirm. Regards from. Is this the fake Pizzola, or is it the real Pizzola?
I think it's the real Pizzola.
I think it's the fake one.
The fake one?
Yeah, I gotta start these and ask. There's a fake Pizzola going around. You didn't hear about that?
Okay. At least he's not texting like a fake one.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe he'll give out a play any second from now. This is the real look, that is something that I know Rob very well. That's not something he would say.
No, real pizza man, I'm not sure anymore.
Yeah, definitely fake. And I know it's fake because he screenshotted. I know exactly where he got that photo from. It's from the Circles Off banner. This guy, get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Chat is in fact confirming that it is fake.
Can confirm. Get him, chat. That's my chat. That's my chat. Appreciate you guys. So do you want to play this Zeke Elliott under?
I mean, gut feel, I like it because it was very concerning that he did not get any snap, not even a pass protection. So that was highly concerning.
Okay, you know what? Let's see what the number is. It's still up there. 15.5. It seems like as we talk about it, it moves more and more, which is crazy because I hope it's not me moving this because they're like, you guys are listening to the wrong person if this is me. P. Don's saying Zeke didn't play until the third possession last week. I don't know.
Oh, they don't realize that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Let's hold on that.
Okay. We're holding off on it. I think we're in the second quarter. Suma, before you go,
okay.
You want to say the chat?
Chat, have a great one and enjoy the ongoing show with Clive. See ya all.
Thanks for coming on, Suma. See ya. All right, guys. That was Saving Summer. Suma, as you know, from Dusseldorf, Germany. I believe it's 3 a.m. over there. Go send him some love on Twitter. Go send him some love in the chat. Drop a 1 in the chat if you want to say goodbye to Suma. That is actually how you say goodbye in Germany. It's just the number 1. It means have a good night. So drop those in the chat. Because next up. Oh, some Malik Neighbors, okay? Anyways, next up, we got a New York Giants fan.
Not really.
Not really. Just a New York fan.
Yeah, it's just something I have, and it was raining here before, so threw this on. It's 3 a.m. So must be lonely. Fake Rob's funny today.
He's crushing it. Not giving out fake plays this time, though.
Wow. I think I'm ahead of you on the stream, by the way. So.
No, that's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip to live because I was trying to be a nice guy and sync up to where Suma is.
Yep.
I'm at 14:46 right now with a flag. Is that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ref on screen.
Yep. I'll count down when the play clock starts to go, and we'll sync up through there. And reminder in the chat tonight, of course, 1s and 2s. If you agree, drop a 1. If you disagree, drop a 2. And if you want to drop a 3, that means get me off the screen. So 1, 2, or 3, whatever you please. Oh my God, that was a terrible pick from Daniel Jones. What the heck was that? Was that
free play?
Free play. Okay.
I mean, it's still not a good throw, but it was a free play.
Yeah. I missed the original play because I was skipping ahead to catch up to where you were. So play clock is counting down now. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10. The ball just got snapped.
Yeah, I got you by like 5 seconds. It's all right.
You're ahead of me?
Yeah.
I'm calling Bell right now and telling the freaking. You're usually behind, no?
So I switched to running it straight from cable as opposed to streaming it on one of my other monitors. So now it's more on time. So I'm normally ahead. I was ahead of Rob last week too. Daniel Jones killed my $5 Fanduel single game free token thing.
What did you play, if you don't mind me asking?
No, of course. Whatever. It was just fucking around. Cowboys over 13.5 in the first half. Jake Ferguson over 6.5 receiving yards. Daniel Jones over 4.5 rushing yards.
Daniel Jones over. So wait, where did he kill you there? I'm confused. Wait.
He ended up with that one run that he had where he got face masked. It was only 4 yards. It wasn't 5.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Whatever.
Wanted
something when I was watching you guys too to kind of sweat.
You didn't want to play my 250 to 1 Malik Neighbors legacy game parlay?
I was not here for that, so I guess not.
No, it was ridiculous. It's not going to happen. 2+ Malik Neighbors, 2+ touchdowns, 150+ yards, 11 receptions. It was psychotic.
Were you trying to do the OBJ game or like?
Yeah, just Malik Neighbors.
This is a good throw.
Oh, you're
and he fucking
who?
Sorry, Jason's family.
No, you're good. You're good. His feet aren't in. Was that Tyrone Tracy? Tracy, brother. Tracy, dude.
I don't know what the flag was for. I didn't catch anything there.
I didn't see that either.
Just
Tyrone Tracy
flags today.
The whole day. best price in market at Fanduel for his anytime touchdown. Sprinkled a little tiny bit. Got him at plus 850. Nothing that it matters, but
oh man, this game. I mean, when they just throw flags every play, and I mean they're penalties. There's nothing the refs could really do. It's just unfucking watchable.
Yeah. Is there anything that you're looking for in particular in this game? Anything you're trying to extrapolate from it, from like a, I don't want to say power ranking sides, but just like understand the type of team that Dallas might be, or the team that the Giants are, if they are who you think they are.
I want to see how fake Dallas's defense really is. Like, are they really completely just shot and washed this year with Zimmer and just calling bad games, or is it just been a function of bad timing? I don't know. And getting into tough game states.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in the Giants defense, actually, and seeing what the Giants do this game. I didn't pull the trigger on the full-time game over. I didn't realize that on FanDuel you can't bet team totals over once the game starts.
That doesn't seem right. Team totals?
I don't see it.
I'm pretty sure you can. It's very weird wording. I remember being able to do this
because I looked in scoring and it wasn't there, and it wasn't where I found those team totals before the game started.
Maybe you can't. Maybe they took them down. I don't know. Don't want to speak out of turn here. Maybe it's only second half that you can do. Might only be.
Either way, I did like the Cowboys over. Oh, over? They do it. Yeah, they have second half Cowboys total points 12.5.
See, that would make me think that they have that would make me think they have it though. They
just split in a half, so they don't have it. It doesn't look like they have full game anymore.
Okay.
So I can only bet the rest of the half or the second half.
That's weird. I feel like it's probably buried in there somewhere. That's the good side and the bad side about FanDuel. The extensive menu, it's hard to find what you're looking for. But
yeah, like if you don't know exactly what you're looking for, or you don't type in the right thing in the search bar up top.
Yeah. Could be hard to find. I'm gonna try and if I was producing tonight, I would have found it for you, but it's gonna be a little bit hard. Seems like Parsons got hurt on that play, which is, I mean, like if there's a way to, I don't know how you would play that. Just over, I guess, over in the game, like
that's
if
a good
Parsons
point.
is out. But I doubt he's gonna be. It seemed like it's one of those where he'll play through an injury.
I don't know, maybe some receiving yard stuff. And I mean, the over is the obvious one. Jesus, all the Giants do. They can't get in the end zone.
They just stall.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of think the Cowboys are probably going to not definitely. I think the team total was bet up to like 25.5 pregame. I still think that's going to be over. Unless the Cowboys get a 2-touchdown lead and just try and run out the clock from like mid-third quarter on, because I could see that happening too.
Yeah. The thing is that it seems like so far as the drives have gone, it's been more so the Giants stalling in their half of the field, in the Cowboys half of the field, more so than Cowboys generating stops. I mean, they're still generating stops, but it feels like it's more a result of the Giants just poor play on offense versus anything else. So, we were keeping an eye out for this before you jumped on. I think you saw in the backstage there. We're gonna keep an eye out if we see Ezekiel Elliott coming out for the third drive. We kind of like his unders as they slowly are progressively getting steamed down. They were at 16.5 or 18.5 earlier. It's all the way down to 13.5. Might be a little tight now. So do you like that if he's not in for you?
Well, so I saw it earlier, like when I was just going through the single game parlay stuff. Like, it was lower than I even expected it to be, so I didn't know why.
I don't know why in particular. Either one, they haven't been good at running the ball, period. So that's
probably a factor. That's true.
And then also, I mean, last week as well, and to start the game, they were mixing in Deuce Vaughn, Hunter Luepke's been in there, the fullback. Obviously Rico Dowdle's playing, so it's probably a multitude of those factors. I wonder if if Zeke doesn't play, I'm curious to see what, and this is like way out of left field here. I wonder if they have Deuce Vaughn listed as like an anytime touchdown scorer. 17-1. No thanks. I'd rather take Hunter Luke K. No thanks. No thanks. Just speaking out loud. Just speaking.
So what do we got for Sunday? Got a big banger parlay?
Me? Still got to work on that. I got. I usually cook those up Saturday morning where we have the Saturday prop show. No parlay cooked up just yet for this Sunday. You have anything cooked up? Oh, you know what? I was gonna ask you something. You can tell me if you have a parlay cooked up first. I assume no, though. No? Yeah, okay. Have you ever recalled like this today feels like one of the biggest random limited practice days for so many guys that I've ever but are limited today. There's Devontae Adams, there's Nico Collins. Might have been questionable heading into like this week and then popped the limited today. There's a couple other guys. Did you notice that at all, or Deontay Johnson as
Adams. Well? I didn't notice Collins.
Yeah.
So no. Interesting.
Is it just a normal Thursday and I'm just paying more attention to it because they're like fantasy? They're like big fantasy players. Like
no, it could have just been teams. So what do we like in the chat for Sunday? We had some line moves from our Sunday show. It looks like. Looking at the board. The Rams are still full 3.
This week feels like a weird
week. Here we
Zeke's
go.
In?
Yep.
So maybe we look at Zeke overs now. Like Zeke over. Like,
all right, he's playing
over.
We know he's playing.
We know he's gonna get touches. That's for sure. I mean, he's almost already outrushed Rico Dowdle, which is crazy. Which is very crazy. Are the Dallas Cowboys kind of as they've been a lot worse this year than you've expected coming in based off your preseason price? You obviously downgraded them coming into this year, but do you feel like that you downgraded them enough, or
like at this point now, or
like preseason and then to this point? I assume like preseason you probably didn't. I guess based on what we've seen, you probably.
I wasn't particularly high in them, but I'm not going to say I had any like super big plays against them. I think the market kind of has them around where I would have them. I don't have like my data up to say where they would be, but they had so many big games last year from a scoring perspective that were more caused by defense than not more caused by defense. They had defensive scores. I mean, Bland had how many picks for touchdowns last year?
There was five or six.
Yeah,
maybe?
5 or 6, something like that. So there was that, and they just kept getting into these positive game states, and you could let Micah Parsons just go fucking bananas, and it was fine. I just didn't see their defense being as strong this year as it was last year. I didn't think their offense would be that terribly different. It was more just not enough faith in their defense. But I kind of have that feeling about Philly too. Like there were a couple people that sounds like were higher on Philly, and to win the division made sense. But I mean, above that, I didn't necessarily see it. But then again, last year I didn't see the Texans coming. So
yeah, Texas was a more unique situation though, because we really didn't know what to make of CJ Stroud. And I mean, like the rookie quarterbacks coming in and proving that situation was very, very unique. I was one of those guys who was high on the Eagles coming into this year.
Go CD, go.
Wow.
Daniel Jones, you half-yard motherfucker.
Chris in the chat.
What did he have?
Anytime. Well, I mean, he built out a parlay, but I think he got the toughest part with I think he had CD 80 plus and a touchdown. So I mean, you knocked a lot of that out of the way, and I think he only needs. I think he took the Cowboys 5.5. Oh, there's a flag excessive celebration, I'm going to assume. Well, is it because he took his helmet off? I think it's because he took his helmet off.
Why do you do this stupid shit? I can't stand that.
That's idiotic because that's how you lose your team games. Like, look at DJ Moore. That's how you lose your team a game.
It's just so bad.
What are the safeties doing here?
That wasn't good.
I mean, whoever 31 is, that pursuit was just absurd. PGP is looking good, actually. You know what? It actually is. I kind of forgot about that. That one was good. We built one earlier on stream. Let me see if I can find it. It was Cowboys 6.5, Lamb 100 plus, Ferguson 4.5 receptions, and Prescott 275 plus passing yards. Which is, I mean, I doubt anyone played it because I put it together, but well, so I'll take it. I'll tweet the ticket at Forward Progress. And a reminder, guys, if you're in the stream right now, played anything at FanDuel, tweet it at us. Tweet those tickets at us. Make sure you close out your bet ID. Anything we put together here on stream really helps us go a long way.
This feels like an alt spread Cowboys second half.
Right now the spread in the second half is like, I think it's 1.5-ish. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I meant at the half. So when you're cooking up a single game parlay at the half, like whatever,
you go down and
alt spreads.
I like that. We'll cook that up with Rob. I mean, we'll keep you around here for the second half, and you can help us cook something up with Rob. Are you?
I got to drop at the quarter.
All right,
or I got to drop at the half.
All good. I'll keep that in mind. The alt spread for the Cowboys in mind, just for Rob.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's gonna love to hear that. Love to hear that one.
Yeah, the only teams. So these two teams I didn't feel great about. I mean, into the season, the Bills I was high on, so they're the only Super Bowl future I took. And then I was lower on the Lions, lower on the Dolphins. I mean, obviously the Dolphins with the injury, but I mean that wasn't anything. The other, I mean, maybe this was more hope than anything. I was hoping for the Panthers to be better. I thought they would come out better.
Well,
that was a miss.
I mean, I'm curious to watch the Panthers this week just because they looked. I don't want to say they looked so good last week, but they're all like. I was getting worried about Dave Canales, like with Bryce Young. Like I'm like, I was starting to question him. Is he a guy? Is he good enough to be like a good offensive coordinator, good offensive play caller? And then, I mean, with a competent quarterback, no disrespect to Bryce Young, you could tell that. I mean, he had the stuff, right?
What offense could they have run for Bryce Young that he would have been able to execute? Like it was just so bad.
Yeah. But once you see that over and over again, the doubts. I just had like doubt creeping into my mind of like, can Canales run this team? And I'm a Canales guy. He's a fellow PG. He's a fellow porn guy, or at least former. So and by the reformed. By the way, it's crazy that, and I know it's because like I think it's because of their drum. The Panthers hashtag is keep pounding. Your coach was like a former like addict. Like maybe you should like switch that up. Maybe you switch that up for him. Like instead of,
I mean, it did pre-exist him. So I mean,
fair. But like, maybe that's why he picked the team. But
yeah, listen, there was a synergy there.
There was definitely the synergy. And now I'm the biggest Panthers fan. So who knows? Some people are asking about first coach fired. Thoughts on Doug Peterson, first coach fired?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Who else can I see fired? I'd love to see Sirianni fired.
Yeah.
Who else? I mean, they should fire Antonio Pierce. He's fucking terrible.
It's crazy. Oh, Singletary. Load up Tyrone Tracy. Load up Tyrone Tracy's overs. Chat.
Oh, did he lose that ball?
That looks like a broken hand. I'm completely making that up.
I thought his ankle got caught under him, but I thought he. Oh no, you're right. His wrist got caught.
Load up the Tyrone Tracy's. Listen, I'm gonna play this live. H Train saying he's not hurt. I mean, look at him on the sideline. He looks pretty hurt to me. I need guest approval for these plays. I don't have enough confidence in myself, betting wise.
That's a bad challenge, no? Like his forearm went down. He still had the ball. It's there. Yeah, fucking McCarthy's the worst. He is such a bad in-game coach.
I don't even know. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna try and.
I don't know how they overturn that. I guess is my point.
It'll be almost impossible to overturn. I don't know how, because it looked like his knee, like his forearm, like maybe the ball got loose before his forearm went down, but his knee looked like it was down regardless. Like, people are saying it's just his rib. I mean, I don't know. And there it goes. 20. Yep. I think he's hurt. 25. I see 25 plus at another book getting popped for Tyrone Tracy. All right. Well.
No wine tonight. Red.
Yeah, a little bit of red. Calm the nerves. A little bit of tonight. We're gonna let the Josh talk. It's a meme.
Yeah, I don't think the ball was loose, chat.
No, it's definitely not loose. It's definitely not loose. That's without a doubt. It's funny though, because I was opening this bottle and I was wearing this jersey while opening it, and I took it off because I'm like worried that it might spill. And thank God I did, because my corkscrew actually broke. It's like a $5 corkscrew, and I mean, I can't see on my undershirt, but I have like, you can see like the stains. Oh yeah. All over my undershirt. Thank God I took off the Odell jersey. Thank God I took off the Odell jersey, because that would have been a messy one.
Yeah, that would have been a big miss. You can't let that happen.
No, would have been horrible. Do you like red? Are you a red guy, Clive? One in the chat if you're a red guy. Two in the chat if you're a white wine guy.
More red. I almost never drink white. Occasionally I'll have a little white in the summer, but other than that, it's all red.
Yeah, his knee was down way before that. Yeah, red is the only way to go. As someone who is part of.
Oh God, yeah, his knee was. I didn't even look.
His knee was way down. Look, because his forearm was already touching.
horrible challenge, but not surprising by McCarthy.
Any TD props available? Tyrone Tracy. Let's see, a Singletary. Yeah, Tracy's in the game, guys. We missed out on an opportunity here. I'm gonna try and see if I can.
Parsons gonna kill Daniel Jones.
Oh, my TV froze. Oh, okay. When League Neighbors caught that, he'd literally be the best wide receiver I've ever seen play in my entire life.
I mean, terrible throw, terrible choice. Film guys are gonna kill him for this one.
Yeah, but it doesn't even yes, that was a bad throw, but at this point, I actually don't care, because he's like, at least he's just feeding.
Yeah. Well, I guess
feeding the guy you want him to feed, right? Because we've seen good receivers kind of waste on good offenses because they don't get fed.
Yeah, I mean, but if that was third down, I like it a little bit more to kind of throw it up like that, because there's just not as much lost. But Christ, it looks like he's running some pretty damn good crisp routes, though.
Yeah, he's been cooking. Seems like the chat was able to get in on a little bit of Tyrone Tracy. Someone got a 25 plus at plus 220. Someone got an anytime TD Tyrone Tracy 7-1. A gray anytime TD 20-1. Good stuff, guys. On the ball. My fault for missing out on that.
It's hard to host and bet at the same time, man.
I know. I'm learning that right now. And it doesn't help when right now it's just not working for me. Now it's working. Now we're back. Yeah, it seems like they pulled all the rushing yard stuff here for. Whoa, oh, he's still up.
Tracy just got belly to back suplexed.
I know, but he was he was still up. I don't think he was ever down.
He was down.
Was he?
It looked like he hit with the back and he just kind of like went over.
I thought he rolled off of him. Maybe just landed on his feet, but
I'd love to see it again, but I can't rewind.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what you do if you're Dable, right? Like, I don't think this team, the Giants, is really going to be all that effective at running the ball. You have Neighbors.
You do that. Just feed Neighbors. Feed Neighbors. Like give him 15 targets a game. I'm not even kidding you. Like feed him. Give him a million targets. Break every single rookie record possible. Like target him as many times as possible.
Yeah, the first down runs have to stop.
Absolutely. I mean, I can see it because at the very least, like against the Giants, Singletary's back in the game. At least the Giants, the Cowboys don't have the best run stopping. Like I was looking, someone tweeted about like their D tackle being the worst grouping in the league according to PFF, but like then someone like took a screenshot of their actual PFF grades and they were like the bottom 3 defensive tackles in the NFL. So not only were they the worst grouping, but like they're literally the 3 worst tackles in that.
Yeah, Rob was talking about their interior D line last week, if I remember correctly.
Not very good.
I mean, Daniel Jones with a nice little pocket move there and didn't throw a great ball, but they're going.
This is the scary thing for Giants fan is that Daniel Jones is obviously not the guy, but he's good enough to like not be complete.
Oh God,
ass, and he's about to do something stupid right now, isn't he?
No.
There's no way he gets that. That was crazy. Very unserious by the Dallas Cowboys defense. Very unserious.
That's what I was gonna say. Like that is not. There's no excuse for that.
You can't blow up their line, have their running back doing spins 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and he's still able to get the first down. That's crazy.
Yeah, like Wilson completely like whiffs here, slows him down enough, but then I couldn't see who it was.
Where's the pursuit?
Takes a bad angle instead of like keeping him inside with help. Like he lets him get outside. So
That is not good. It looked like a Tecmo bull run when you have Bo Jackson.
That used to be the fucking worst. They pick your play and like if it's a pass play, you have to find the right guy to throw to quickly. But if you were rush, you were just normally dead. Like if you can get a positive play, that was nuts.
Yeah. Oh man.
God, Tecmo Bowl was the best game. Super Tecmo Bowl was better. Like once they started keeping stats and like, your season records, like then that was the shit.
Way before my time, or way after my time, not before. Before. What am I saying? Good.
Yes.
Wine's already speaking.
Tecmo Bowl was like 91 or something ridiculous.
Yeah. Are you older or younger than Rob? If you don't mind me, you don't have to disclose.
No, guess in the chat. 1 for older, 2 for younger.
I like that. I think you're younger, I want to say. Also, I appreciate you keeping the mustache. I'm actually a fan of it. I know I was giving you some shit earlier in the year, but it looks good.
Chosen says I'm 36. Cabbage says 46.
Everyone, it seems like there's a ton of older. Everyone's saying.
Oh wait, no, they're all going younger.
Younger, yeah. You said 1 older, 2 younger, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. We forgot.
No, I did. Now I remember. 1 older, 2 younger.
Yeah.
No, I'm like 8 years older than Pizzola.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
Come on. Wow.
I will be 45 in November.
Wow. You cannot. I don't believe you, but I believe you at the same time. If that makes sense, you could have deceived me. And also quickly before I forget, thank you to TA for giving us another winner there with the Wandale Robinsons over.
Rob looks old. That's fair. I look younger. Rob looks a little older.
Rob definitely does look older, for sure. Like for sure.
Yeah, like when we were at Bet Bash last year, just in general, I people had no idea I was as old as I was, so I'm a little lucky.
Yeah, and some people, it doesn't come through on camera, but you have. Okay, I can't say the pipes word again. You have big arms. You got big arms.
Oh,
You're a gym guy. You're a gym guy.
I am a gym guy. Try to go.
And it shows. It shows.
5-6 days a week.
Yeah, good for you. Need to go more.
It gets harder when you get older.
Yeah, it gets harder. The hardest time for me is during the football season. Like in the summer, I'm good. I was going every single day, but during the season, it's almost impossible. It's almost impossible.
Yeah. Well, sports betting like fucking crazy does not help the aging process either.
No, I don't doubt it. How long have you been betting for, by the way? You've been betting since because you were into poker before, right? I remember that. And
I was. So I did a Circles Off where I went through most of this.
Yeah. I missed this episode
a couple years ago, and I started after COVID. So right as sports came back, the first February. So I guess February of 21 is when I kind of started. And I just got lucky to follow some of the right people and started out top down betting, then kind of a mix, then started originating some of my own NBA stuff, originating some of my own NFL. But it comes in waves. Like when I'm busy with work, corporate Clive, it's easier to do top down stuff.
Okay. But do you usually do basketball? Did you stop doing basketball now, or are you still doing basketball?
I didn't do basketball hardly at all last year.
Oh yeah, you stopped it last year.
Yeah, super busy time with
work. Yeah.
With the corporate stuff. So I was pretty much off of NBA, but I'll be back this year for sure.
Have you ever done WNBA stuff or no?
Yeah, a little bit. Oh my God. Well, this will help the team total.
Oh my God. Oh. Okay, well, if that is crazy. That is crazy.
Just flat out dropped the ball, but they threw a flag right around the play, so I don't know what could have happened.
I'm so confused right now. The fuck was that?
So is that fan. So I did do a little bit of WNBA when I tried doing some first quarter and first half stuff. I mean, there's not a ton of games, so it was a small sample, but I didn't do particularly well with that. But my full sides and totals were always pretty good.
Interesting. I forgot that you stopped doing NBA last year. Let's see what this flag is.
Oh, it's on the offense. An eligible man downfield. So I don't have the audio on. Did they blow a whistle? No, that's turnover, right? Like what's happening here?
Well, I mean, the offense is back out there, so I mean, I guess because it's an ineligible man downfield call, the play is automatically ruled dead. I don't know. I don't know exactly.
That's why I was asking if there was a whistle.
There was no whistle. I know they did rule it a fumble on the field, but I think when the flag happened,
replay assist called in. So they're saying in the chat they ruled it incomplete, like he never had control.
Okay. Well, never mind. Trying to figure it out as we go. It's hard when you can't hear the audio.
No, I know.
What's going on now? Respawning the ball.
Reset the game or reset the play clock.
Oh, they're putting on the other hash. Huh. Anything live you like right now? I
mean, I still like
the team total.
Now I like the Dallas second half total even more if it's still under 14. Let me look. It's probably 13.5 if I had to guess.
Singletary stopped. Let's look. Oh, keeps thinking I'm a robot. Not good. Not good here. AI is just lost.
So what do we have? Looks like the second half winners. Second half spread is -1.5, but pretty much even money. The Dallas Cowboys to score over 10.5 in the second half.
-112. That seems like a boom, if you ask me.
I'm gonna hit that.
You're gonna official play.
Yeah, official
All right,
play.
chat. Official play. We're locking it in right now. $50 to win a half unit. We've been doing full unit on these second halves. So let's do a full unit on the Dallas Cowboys at halftime. Dallas Cowboys, second half, team total over. Let me bet this, and then I'm going to log it in. 10.5 -112. It's not moving, so that's I don't know if it's a good sign or a bad sign, but
it's a good point.
You know what I mean? Like, what is that? What does that imply for like a full? That'd be over 24.5 right now if it was a full team total, right? Yeah. All right, I'm in. As they say, in for a penny, in for a pound. I don't. Is that a saying? By the way, I've been saying that like the last 2 weeks.
It is.
I don't know why.
Yeah. It's like pot committed, that kind of term. It's basically somebody who's chasing.
Oh, that's not good. Don't ever chase losses. If you need help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Or
it's throwing good money after bad. That's another saying. These are some nice. That's a nice jumpsuit you got there. The fuck?
Oh my goodness! Talking about Fitzpatrick, or
is that Whitworth?
Oh, you're talking about Whitworth. Oh, you're talking about Whitworth. You're not talking about the short little blonde girl.
No.
Oh, okay,
Carissa? No, I'm not talking about Carissa. Carissa Thompson, I think that is.
That's all. I did. Sure, that's her name.
Sure.
Let me just lock this in. 10.5. Hey, has it moved the muscle? Has it moved the muscle?
So we got 10.5. Dallas got the ball first, right?
Yeah. We're gonna get your Giants with the ball in this to start the second half.
Yeah. So if the Giants can put up some points here, what the fuck? This is such a sloppy game.
Was that on?
I couldn't tell if somebody jumped because it looked like 3 Cowboys all reacted to something. Nope.
This is a good one from Scott. Not going to say it out loud there, Scott. You're going to get us banned from YouTube. Can't have that before Rob comes on. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're excited to see Rob in the second half. Drop a 2 in the chat if you're not. And drop a 3 if you want me to go off screen for the entire second half when Rob comes back on.
Oh, yeah. That's on Parsons all the way.
He must be getting frustrated, though, no? Like,
I think so.
He's like he's like really the only guy doing anything on this defense, it feels like.
Yeah.
He's already did that kind of thing where he wanted to, like, he teased he was going to hold out, which was crazy because he has 2 more years on his deal.
Oh, now the Cowboys are over 12.5.
That's what we like to call CLV. That is what we like to call CLV. That's what we like to call CLV, friends.
Ish. I don't know. When you're live betting, it's kind of hard to call it CLV.
Yeah,
But you know.
I guess.
In all honesty, the game state hasn't changed a ton.
Yeah.
Just some more time has come off the clock, which just means the Cowboys are less likely to score if they do happen to get it back.
Which would be better for them in the second half or towards the over, right? If they don't score.
Yeah, I mean, you'd like it to stay a one-score game state so that Dallas continues to attack. Like GRP, when he sees a damaged line, he attacks.
Did you see his 4 commandments of Survivor?
I did. You have to pick a game every week. Was that still on there?
that was one. No, pick a team, pick a game every week. You have to pick a team that's gonna win. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
That is one of the most important ones, of course. Like, you don't want to pick a team that's gonna lose.
Yeah, I mean, why? What the fuck?
I
don't remember the other ones. You kind of want to be opposite of the public, or you don't want to be necessarily with the public. I don't remember the other ones. Oh, think about a team's future schedule. That was another one.
Schedule. Yeah.
What am I missing?
That's it. Those are the 4. Oh man. His notebook is hilarious. I didn't see this, but he posted his schedule. Posted his weekday schedule.
Yeah, he posted his content schedule. That somehow managed to find my feed today. Thank God.
Is that him when he goes on air, or is this just stuff?
No. It's just what he watches or consumes.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. We had Sammy P on the other day. He was a great guest. That was a lot of fun.
What's this flag? How many flags has there been? 13? 14? Does Fanduel have penalty props?
I feel like we're never going to get penalty props, unfortunately. Never going to get penalty props. All right, let's see if for our second half over, we don't want them to march the field at all. We don't want them to march the field at all, right? We want them to kind of
even my buddy just texted me. He's like, "There's a fucking flag every play this game."
It's a real slog. Clive, I have a question for you. Is it a party foul to go to a bar wearing a jersey of a game that's not on TV?
Going to a stadium of a game where you're not playing is, I think, clownish.
Yes.
I guess. Yeah. I don't love it.
1s and 2s in the chat if you think it's a one good, 2 bad. Like let's say I were to go to a bar tonight wearing an Odell Beckham jersey Odell Beckham Jr. jersey. Is that a party foul? Is that a...
Well, if you're wearing a Giants jersey to a Giants game where the bar is going to be, I mean, that's okay. I don't think he's got to be a current player. If it's a different team, like if you show up in a fucking Eagles jersey, you're an asshole. One.
Pretend I'm wearing an Eagles jersey.
Yeah, that's awful.
What about on a night where there is no football? Like, I saw a guy out the other night on Saturday wearing a Dak Prescott jersey. I said, "Sir, that is not a college football jersey, sir. Feels like a party foul." But
yeah,
okay.
He's not getting any on the apps. Like, you could tell, right? Like, he's definitely an OF subscriber. He's got to be
for sure. And I think he might have been a more of the grinder than the Tinder type. So, yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just
not that there's anything wrong with that.
It's just
that old Seinfeld bit. Is that before your time too?
No. I've seen enough Seinfeld in my day to know that bit. Yeah, it's my parents used to have. I don't know if I should share this, but I don't want to make my parents seem like bad parents. They're great parents, but we used to have the DVD player, the portable DVD player for road trips. My brother and I used to watch Seinfeld on DVD.
Nice.
And I think that's fine. No, a lot of the jokes went over my head, but
yeah, I'm sure you could probably watch them back. Like, I mean,
I was able to watch them back and pick up on them. But when I was a kid, I was like, oh, that's what they meant by the master of their domain. I never understood that episode and why everyone loved it. And then I watched it when I was a little bit older. I'm like, oh, okay, you know what?
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. I'm like, what are they trying not to do? I don't get it. Like me being like 10 years old, like what's going on? Like,
yeah, that's a lot of that's a very age conscious joke. So if you're younger, I find it interesting how that show and both Friends, like for me, they still hold up and like I could still watch them and still enjoy them. But like when you see the technology like of that time, like tube TVs or fucking I mean no cell phones for sure, but people like had house phones or
the car
like
phone,
these little flip phones. What's that?
Car phones?
Yeah, I mean they have those too. My dad had one of those for work. I was like 7. I thought it was like the coolest fucking thing in the world.
I actually don't even understand how the mechanisms would work in my brain. It just doesn't make sense to me. But I guess
it was so weird because like it actually had a console thing that would sit and you would actually snap it. It would be a corded phone. Like it was fucking nuts. And it was like $6 a minute to call somebody. Prescott and Dallas, of course, only has one timeout because they're fucking idiots. Oh, I lost you. Can you hear me? Hold on. What just happened?
I think I'm back now, I want to say. There, am I back now? Yeah, there we go. There we go. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. I hope we're good. I hope we're good. Give me a 1 in the chat. That was crazy, guys. I gaslit Clive into thinking that his audio was cooked. Oh man. Oh man. You know what? It happens. It happens. Clive, that was me. That was all me.
Okay.
Yeah. I think my computer crapped out for a second there, but we're back. We're good.
They threw 6 flags that play. I don't think there's another flag that you could find.
Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, no one by the way, Rob's going to be on here in like 20 seconds. Don't tell Rob about this. Don't tell Rob about this.
What are we doing here at the Hammer production crew?
You know what? Sometimes with this stuff, what are you going to do?
Hey, you know, tech happens. What are you going to do?
That's why we need a producer in the back in case anything like that ever happens. When I'm dual firing.
So when what happened? Did the mic just cut out on you?
No, I think my computer just kind of crapped out for a second, did like a restart, and then just didn't recognize my my microphone. But it seems like it's working now. Yeah, that was weird. That was weird. All right, no, it was all just a prank on chat. Yeah, got you guys, got you. This is the time of the show where I usually cook up a halftime parlay, but I have no idea what to even like look for here.
I mean, I've never watched a game where I felt like I needed the audio more because
the amount of penalties.
Yeah, like just having no clue what's going on. Maybe I should have went closed caption. Is Aubrey going to kick an 84-yarder? Like, what is this?
Yeah, someone chosen with a great point. How did we gain viewers? I feel like people are just like, look at this guy fuck up and shared it to their friends.
Listen,
oh man,
polarizing's good, man. Like good, bad. Don't be average.
Be extraordinary. That's what
be
Jerry
the best
says.
or be the worst. Like one or the other.
Yeah, never want to fall in the middle. Dak is just putting balls in the dirt.
So
all right.
Giants first drive touchdown in the second half.
I don't hate that. I wonder if we can find a little alt market here. Giants fourth drive, first play from scrimmage. Nope, that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for.
Well, they're going to get a play here. They'll kneel it, but I think they'll kneel it.
The Giants will, yeah. I mean, Dimes kind of has a bit of an arm, no?
I mean, it hasn't looked particularly good today.
No way. There's no way there's a flag on this play. Someone said another flag. Oh my God. This has to be one of the longest first halves in a long time.
So it's weird. Is it though? Like, has it been that long?
Just based off of when we're doing these streams, we usually finish at around 11:15. Streams usually go for about 3-ish hours, 3 hours, 12 minutes. We're at almost the 2-hour mark right now.
Okay.
And it's 9:42. So like, I guess the second quarter technically is a lot faster than the first. I don't know. Maybe not.
Another flag.
This is just, they're really, really testing my patience here with these flags. Also, what's with these plaid hats that the Cowboys sideline is wearing? Kind of ugly.
You know, I didn't even notice that.
Kind of ugly. It's like, what is this 2008? Like, what are we doing here?
I mean, at this point, maybe Daniel Jones doesn't even have to kneel it down. Like, this will just kick it. Like, this could be a 6-second play.
Throw it downfield. Bomb it. Give me that Malik Neighbors touchdown. I don't. Plaid is terrible. Yep. 1 in the chat if you hate plaid. 2 in the chat if you like plaid. 3 in the chat if you think my mic is going to cut out again.
What are we talking about? Plaid? Like, there's levels of plaid. Like gingham. Like if you're wearing like a nice dress shirt, not like these two clowns you're about to see.
Yeah, that's fair. We're
not calling that plaid. I just want to make sure.
Like you're talking about like the lumberjack style shirt where it's like the red and.
Are we talking plaid? Are we talking flannel? Are we okay?
Flannel gets a pass. I'm talking about the plaid that's like has multiple different lines that like the full Burberry the Burberry plaid. That's
okay. I got you.
Those are 1 or 2 for me. I forget what I said.
We're not doing good at remembering the numbers for what it's worth.
No, it's not. I just gotta remember 1 is positive, 2 is negative. 1 is positive, 2 is negative.
I'll just make sure we remember that everyone thinks I look younger than Rob.
It's true.
That's what matters.
It's true. Are they? I get so distracted by the Canadian halftime show. It's crazy.
Why is there a Canadian halftime show?
Oh, it's just they.
Is it different?
No, it's not different. They just cut back and forth between like the TSN panel to get their little bit of like TSN ad stuff in with like their Fanduel sponsorship. But the fine young woman working at the desk is distracting as can be. So if you guys ever want to tweet at her, hey chat, if you want to tweet at her and let her know that I helped your grandmother cross the street or something, always appreciate that.
All right, chat, go grab your single game parlay. Go cook one up.
Time to cook one up. Clive, thank you so much for joining us. Rob's going to be joining us shortly. That was Clive Bigsby, everyone. Clive,
see you later.
See you on Sunday. Bye. Clive Bigsby, everyone. Clive Bigsby, everyone. Great guy. Great guy. All right. We're talking about Connor. We're talking about Takia Singh. Yes. We are talking about Takia Singh. She's fantastic. All right. I have no idea where we're going to go with this parlay, chat. I thought Rob was going to be in here by now. He said he was going to, wrong thing. Said he was going to be in here for the second half. 1 in the chat if you want me to go ahead without Rob and start this PGP. 2 in the chat if you want me to wait for Rob. Send them in right now. And while you do that, guys, please do me a huge favor. Hit that like button. It means a lot. We're at 117. Rob has said he's going to fire me if we don't hit 150 likes. So if we can get to 150 likes, that'd be greatly appreciated. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. It seems like Zach really wants to wait for Rob. Zach Prochak. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Seems like you want to wait for Rob. So Zach, just for you. We're going to go into it right now. I see one in the chat there. A wild piglet. And TDMP, my boy. TDMP, my boy. Appreciate you. Clive really liked second half Cowboys team total. Let's bring in Dallas Cowboys -1.5 to start. Assuming everyone likes to win money too. Hey, you know what? Let me jump in here quickly before I finish this, Paul. I've won more SGPs on this show than Rob has. So don't come in here and talk about assuming everyone likes to. Hey, if you tell the PGPs over the RGPs or the RPSGP, I don't know. If you tell the PGP over the RP SGP, you'd be doing a better job right now. That's all I'll say. That is all I'll say. So we're going to take Cowboys -1.5. Someone in the chat's mentioned this. Cowboys defensive touchdown. Dart. Let's take it. 10-1. Dart. And honestly, am I crazy? One, if I'm crazy in the chat. 2, if I'm not crazy. I like this as it is. 12-1. Dallas defensive touchdown. We've seen Daniel Jones throw up complete muffins this entire game. What do you guys think about this? 1 in the chat if you like it. 2 in the chat if you don't. 3 if you want to add more legs. I'm going to go quickly load this up into my own personal account. Let you guys do it as well. Dallas Cowboys second and half. Spread -1.5. Dallas Cowboys defensive touchdown. Combine that together, you get that as 12-1. And guess what? If you haven't already, I believe, there's a same game parlay 50% profit boost. So if you want to add one more leg in there, you can get a little profit boost, or you can get a 30% live boost token. You know what? 5.5 hole. I forgot my under receptions over yards. Zach, do you really want to see that? Zach? I can play that for you if you want. I can play that for you if you want. Here's what I'm going to do it though. Who is an under receptions over yards player? We need to brainstorm together, guys. Over receptions, under yards, those as well. The negative correlation. The two girls. Big fan of those. They don't let you do under. You're right. Sammy is right. They don't let you do under receptions live, unfortunately. So we cannot do that. Slayton would have been the guy. Yeah, this now that you guys mention it, this would have been the perfect game for the negative correlation. Don't know how I missed out on that one. That was like a bigger fumble than when my mic cut out midstream. Bigger fumble. Hard to find one. Seeing some names in the chat. Wandale over reception under yards. Slayton would be the guy. Turpin, Hyatt, Slayton. We cannot do under receptions over yards. We can only do over receptions under yards. Did I say that right? We can't do under receptions, over yards. We can only do over receptions, under yards. So if there's a guy you like for over receptions and a guy you like to pair with under yards, let me know. Let me know. I wish there was a flag prop, flag second half over 15. I like BRB 2323. I wish there was flag props. I wish there was flag props. I'm down to play those, but not available. So chat, I'm gonna quickly punch in this little 12-1 parlay I built here. Dallas Cowboys anytime touchdown, defensive touchdown, excuse me. And we're gonna pair that with the second half spread. Second half spread, -1.5. And for those of you who want to make it a 3-legger to get your SGP profit boost token in there, I forgot who it was in the chat. Second half total. We're kind of already in for the total, in for a penny, in for a pound. Let's go with the over 22.5 as well. So that way you can get your 3 legs for your SGP boost. I'm going to lock that in myself right now as you guys drop names in the chat for guys who can be over receptions, under yards. Alt over receptions, under yards, under yards. Give me a second here, guys, while I play this. I don't want to be that scumbag who mentions something on stream and doesn't play it. I don't want to be that guy. So I'm going to build something right now. And as I do that, hopefully you guys can drop in some knowledge for this one. All right. So hard to navigate this menu on a separate computer. Very hard to do. There we go. 1.5 over 22.5. And Dallas Cowboy. All right, we're in. We are in. 17-1. We are in. All right. Let's see those names, chat. Let's see those names. I'm seeing a Theo Johnson. I'm seeing a Wan'Dale Robinson. Let's take a look. The only thing with Theo Johnson is I don't know what his yardage total is going to be at. I do not know what his yardage total is going to be at. Theo Johnson, 6.5. That one might be tough. Oh, what year is it? Zach Smith, what year is it? Did I step into a time machine? When? Where am I? Are you talking about Jake Ferguson? I'm confused. I'm confused about that one. All right. Theo Johnson, don't think we can do that one. A Wild Piglet, appreciate your contribution. Love your picture, by the way. Don't think we can do that one. Chosen mentioning Wan'Dale. Wan'Dale's at 41. 66.5. Let's see what it would look like if we paired it with his alt receptions. Am I blind? I'm blind. There we go. Ooh. I don't think I like this negative. You need 3 more receptions and get. I mean, for him to get that many more receptions might be hard. And was it only 15 more yards? That one's interesting. We'll keep that one in the back burner. Someone else mentioned Devin Singletary. Devin Singletary. He's so close in yardage, though. 14. So close in yardage. I feel like there's not that many good options available here for us. Not that many good options. If you're a real sicko. Do they have Tyrone Tracy alt receptions over? They do. Who's a sicko? One in the chat if you're a sicko. One in the chat if you're a sicko. Where is Rob? I don't know. Honestly, guys, tweet at Rob. Tweet at Rob. I don't like any of those. We're going to stick with the Second half, over 22.5. Second half, spread, Dallas Cowboys -1.5. And we're going to get greedy with that Dallas Cowboys defensive touchdown. Rob tweeted a bit ago. That's where we get the viewership bump from. Not here, though. Guys, I wish I could tell you that I bring him up and he's here. He's not. He is not. He's not. I'm sure he's hammered, guys. He's in a hotel room. Who knows? If you guys are drinking tonight, drop your drink of choice in the chat. Let me know what you're drinking. Rob is hammered. I don't know if that's true, but it is the third quarter. He might be on Planet Feinberg. He might be just there. But he's in California, and I'm pretty sure weed is legal there. So he's allowed to be. He's allowed to be. Good news. Rob is in the waiting room right now. Gonna bring him in. Mr. Pizza Man.
What's going on? I heard there was an imposter impersonating me earlier.
Yes. Okay, so it was an imposter. We were undecided on if it was an actual imposter or if it was you.
So the real challenge I have here now is that I know that this is someone that's close to me because I didn't reveal that I was in California to too many people, and that came up in the chat. So it's someone that's close to me, and I'm going to have to whittle it down for the next little bit.
We might have to rewind the tape. No, I don't think I mentioned that you were in California. I don't think I mentioned that on air. So I might have accidentally. I might be the. I might be the one who fucked it up, but I don't know. I think I said it, but I said it. I don't know.
You said it when you introed me now.
I did.
Earlier, I don't know. I didn't catch the beginning of the stream. I was actually in full panic mode because I was going and flipping through the channels here. It's not on TV in my hotel room. So I had to ask for some Prime accounts from friends, log in. But it's, yeah. Anyways, I got it working. I figured it out.
Is it working? Are you using my Prime account?
I'm not using your Prime account.
Okay. So
by the way, your password. Come on, man.
I obviously changed it so I could share my password.
No. You did not. You did.
Yes, I did. And we're not going to say it what it is because I have to change it back, or else knowing the nails, they're going to start just sending random. I don't even want to know what I feel like the nails would just send stuff to my home address, and they would just like on my credit card. And I mean, it's still connected to my parents' house, so I don't need them opening up a box of paraphernalia that they would send. So.
Well, you've pissed enough people off that I can only imagine what you would get in the mail from the nails here. I don't think it would be. I don't think it'd be good things.
I don't even want to know. Were you able to catch?
I'm not hammered.
Okay.
So sorry. Okay, I'm just watching the 2nd and 13 play right now. So I don't know if I'm behind, ahead. It doesn't matter to me. That's just the speed of this stream. So my thoughts were that this was going to be like a second half over. I know how long it took the Giants to move the ball in that first drive, but they're not able to run the ball right now, the Giants. So I think they're going to be looking to move it through the air here in the second half a little bit more. And I'm not convinced that Dallas isn't going to move up and down the field either right now. At least they have some explosive plays in them. So Jayhawks wants to know what I'm sweating. I'm sweating Giants spread and some alternate Giants stuff as well. But I'm also a Cowboys fan. So it's kind of weird when I'm actually watching these games because I just like end up cheering for every positive play no matter what. It's really dumb. If someone watched me watch this game, they would have no idea what I was rooting for.
It's almost the life of a betting man though, right? Like it's just the way it is. Just cheering for the most obscure stuff. Any positive play is a good play.
Yeah,
for you, which is good. I mean, I'm trying to do a sync for me. Oh, Wan'Dale Robinson's having some issues with the balls, but
everyone is like Singletary. Yeah. By the way, I'm never going to get used to Singletary not wearing gloves. Like I cannot. Every time I see it, it just upsets me even more. But the Giants look like they wanted to fumble at least 5 times here.
I mean, well, Robinson literally threw the ball on the ground. I'm just going to quickly do the play clock count here: 17, 16.
Oh, we're timed up perfectly.
14,
we're in
13,
sabbatical.
12. Let's go. Perfect. You mentioned this earlier. Yeah, the fake Rob Pizzola. Regards from California. So,
yeah. Thomas in the chat's asking the thoughts on the flags in the first half. So I was watching with volume. I'm not watching with volume now. Al Michaels was very clearly like he had enough in the first half of all these flags. But
it was crazy.
But what are you going to do? Like you can't blame the refs for flagging offsides and offensive holding, like, and these very clear penalties. Like it's a sloppy game. You got to just blame the teams. Like, we complain whenever there's an offside that doesn't get called or like a holding that doesn't get called. We all go nuts. And now all of a sudden everybody's like, too many flags. Well, you gotta call the penalties. That's what they're there for. Blame the teams. I don't really get it.
+2. That deserves a +2. I don't know if you know what that is. It's like a Gen Z term, Rob. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of that +2. It's when you agree with someone, you drop a +2.
Bet.
So bet. Exactly. Bet. Just like the guy, Zach, who's in the chat telling me he's going to try and get me pissed off this stream. Bet. I told him bet. Were we able to catch our halftime show at all, Rob? To see my PGP, or no, you missed out on that?
No, just tell. I actually came up from the lobby bar. Real went down for anyways, we don't have to get into that. But I was down at the lobby bar for the half real quickly and then came up. So no cap, bunch of stuff like that. Cap. Before we get into your PGP,
Joe.
The Lord McD or whatever here says, how do we buy that shirt? I assume he's talking about my Forward Progress shirt and not your shirt, Jason. I would hope it.
My Odell, you go to Fanatics. No free plugs.
Seriously, so we've considered a swag store for the Hammer before, but we haven't launched one yet because we don't know what the demand is. I'm curious. Drop a 1 in the chat if you would be interested in Hammer swag, and it's not going to offend me if you're not. But 1 if you would be, 2 if there's no chance in hell, because we can do it. We can open it up for sure. Shipping cost stuff, whatever. But okay, well, lots of 1s in the early.
A lot of ones.
All right. It seems like we're missing a revenue stream here at the Hammer.
Oh man. Someone put 1-2-1-2. Like that doesn't help us.
Yeah.
With a reasonable price. Yeah. That's
the problem. So the problem with swag is obviously the shipping, right? All over North America. And like I don't want to create. I hate getting swag that's shit quality. Yeah. Like I would rather charge more for a t-shirt that's going to retain its form, or a golf shirt or whatever, than shit quality. So we'll think it through. But I think we already have some Forward Progress stuff. We have Circles Off hoodies. We have Hit the Books long sleeve shirts as well. But yeah, good quality tees I think is the way to go.
I'm just going to make one request though. Before we launch, if we ever launch the merch store, anything related to Forward Progress or related to me, I want the cent total to end in 69. That's all I ask. I ask.
We're definitely going to have some PGP shirts. I'll tell you that. I will tell you that.
I'll take that.
That's also another thing too. Like this is just the standard branding, right? There's nothing.
Yeah.
It's just the Forward Progress logo. That's it. Simple, clean look. I get that, but I also want like some gimmicky T-shirts. Like I tailed Hitman's best bets and now I'm homeless, like stuff like that, right?
I lost a paycheck.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Kidding.
Yeah, maybe not. We got to take the responsible gaming seriously. It's a joke, people, but yeah, we need. Anyways, we're gonna sort this. It's got to happen at some point in the near future. I'm in California. I'm actually filming something all day tomorrow, which I can't reveal what it is, but I'm pretty excited for it. But I have to be on set at 7:15 a.m. It's
oh my god! What are you doing? You have to drop in the private chat what you're doing, or you have an NDA or something going on here.
I have an NDA. I can't give out exactly what it is. It's not Hammer related, but it's in the sports betting sphere.
Interesting.
So yeah.
I have connections in the film industry out in California, so maybe I'll pull some strings and figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask.
Call me Bobby Sins tomorrow. Bobby
Sins. I actually do have connections in the industry, but not. I mean, I didn't even intend that to be like a.
Yeah.
I guess hey, it is what it is.
You said it, not me. You said it, not me. I know a lot of people here. I wish I was able to meet up with them. Somebody's like, I'm doing something with Whale Capper. I'm not seeing Drew. Last time I saw Drew was in Vegas, and I kind of promised him I would come out to California and meet up with him, and here I am. I can't see him. And a few guys from Right Angle Sports messaged me today as well, just out of the blue, to talk about some stuff. And I'm like, oh, by the way, I'm in LA, and they're like, should have told me, but it's in and out for me. I got to be back home for NFL Sunday. I got to do the pizza buffet Sunday morning, and it's going to be a rough one. It's going to be a rough one.
Someone was asking in the chat if you are doing it. Yes, of course, we're having Rob do the pizza buffet this morning. I can sub in for the watch-alongs. I doubt I can sub in for the pizza buffet. Like, I definitely can.
Pizza buffet, I kind of have to do it like it's branded around me, right?
Yeah,
like it's just
the pizza man.
It's the pizza man. It's got to happen. So, I'll be doing that on Sunday morning. But honestly, I had a sick flight today. Here, 5 hours from Toronto to LAX, and live TV on the flight, and just being able to watch President's Cup and falling in and out of sleep the entire time was amazing. Was so good.
I never understood why there was never live TV on planes beforehand. Like this is a new thing, no? Like, at least new to me. I don't know if it's actually new, but it's new to me.
I just don't like the inconsistency. The inconsistency of planes really bothers me. Some planes.
It all depends on the plane type. Yeah.
I rocked an Air Canada flight. It was very dangerous because of the possible strike. Oh, good tackle in open field there. They got to go for this. Giants should go here, in my opinion. Although Dayball has been a big time cuck lately.
He has been a cuck.
Why did they not take the penalty in the first half to make it 4th and 3 and go for it? Because they took the field goal instead.
Here's the problem, and I never understood how big of a problem this was until I hosted these things. I'm usually behind the scenes like this, and I'm listening. When I'm on here, I can't listen. So I had no idea that was even an option in the first half there. And
oh my God, they're kicking 22-yarder. Yeah.
So PGP, just as an update here, we took the second half over of 22.5. We took the second half spread of, so this is kind of okay for us, right? Helps us a little bit towards the over, also helps us towards the Dallas spread. We wanted a touchdown here, but
yeah, you don't want a field goal there. I'll tell you, you don't want.
Yeah.
The 3 points on the 22.5, you still need 3 touchdowns, basically.
I see.
I guess technically 2 touchdowns, 2 field goals would work, but yeah it's not great.
So I did that. This is going to die on the Dallas Cowboys defensive return touchdown. That's where it's going to die realistically, the PGP. But and then we made an official live play as well at half. Cowboys over 10.5 points, which we got a little bit early on in the second quarter, just I think at around the 2-minute warning. So we haven't lost a lot of money tonight, which is good. Haven't lost too much money.
I hate to turn this all to myself for a second here, but do I actually need to shave before set tomorrow? Like, I clean the beard and everything on both sides.
No, you're good.
I think it's clean.
1 for shave, 2 for no shave. I'm a 2 right now. I'm a 2.
I'll do like the quick neck, shave in the morning, the neckline. But I cleaned it up. It's pretty suave, I think. I think it's okay. I don't like to be clean shaven anymore. Although I look like 10 years younger. I actually look my age when I shave. I look like I'm in mid 50s when I don't. Somebody said I look like a cop tonight. Definitely have a narc look. I will say.
Always had the narc look. Ugh. There's only one person who says you don't need to shave, or you do need to shave. Freaking guy.
Yeah.
Freaking guy.
It's poor. It's better to shave. Oh man.
I'm just mad that you got the casting call before I did. Just submitted my application. You just beat me out, though. You're just a real
this
PG.
This has been something that's been brewing for a while, so we'll see how it goes. I'm pretty excited for it. I'm actually in Hollywood right now. I'm not like I'm staying like a couple minutes from the studio. I have to be at in the morning.
Which studio are you at?
I'm not gonna divulge that information.
I'm just trying to get information out. I'm doing my best.
Yeah. Somebody asked me for leans on the President's Cup. I don't want to pass post here. But like Jake Ferguson stepped out of bounds like 10 yards ago. I don't want to pass post or anything like that. But I mean, you look at the international roster compared to the U.S. roster. It's very likely one of those teams is going to win by margin. You know, anything can happen in sports, but you know, one of those teams is significantly better than the other.
So is Mayo's crew there, like along with Jeff and Mayo? Are they there on like press passes, or how do they usually go to that, or is this like something new they're doing this year?
So it's because it's in Montreal, so it's not a far trip for Mayo from Halifax, and a lot of the guys are in that area. So they rented like a mansion there. I'm pretty sure they got some sort of media passes as well. I would have been there this weekend had I not been out here. But that looks like a fun time, man. I'd like to do that at some point. I'd really like to do that. I like live golf quite a bit.
When are we gonna get Hammer media passes for any events like that?
It's a good question, man.
Look you gave me.
The serious answer to that is there's a significant cost associated with traveling your entire crew and doing like road events, right? I used to do this when I worked at the Score back in the day, and like the audio quality is usually shit on a lot of the pods and stuff, and people just get sauced. It's just not. I don't know. I don't think there's a huge benefit in doing it. Like everyone does Super Bowl media row every year, and it's just like the biggest
it's a disaster.
Circle jerk of the same people going booth to booth, horrible audio. Like who cares? Who cares? Honestly, that's my thoughts. So the only thing I really want to do at some point is get us all out on a golf course and record some content around that. That's what I would like to do.
That'd be fun. I mean,
I have some ideas that are like a mix of lifestyle and sports betting. But yeah.
I mean, I would be down for that. I can't play the worst round of my life with cameras in front of me.
You're gonna be so nervous, man. You're gonna be incredibly nervous.
I don't get that nervous on the golf course.
Like you were shitting your pants on like the third hole that day, just freaking out.
I was okay.
Driver wasn't working
that day. That when that happens, that's when I get nervous. I lied. I do get nervous on the.
Once your brother had to start giving you swing tips, that's when you're in a dark place. You know, it's the same when my brother gives me swing tips on the course. I'm like, just want to murder him.
Just leave me alone. I know I'm fucking up,
ball, man. Like you're shooting like 95 today. Like you don't need to give me swing tips. You know.
I was asking Sumer earlier about this one. All gravy instead of all good. That's normal, no? That's like a normal thing to say to someone.
All gravy is very common. Like it's a common saying. They probably never heard that in Germany before. They'll get that'll make its way there in maybe 10 years from now. They seem to get all the sayings a little bit late over there.
Yeah, no, because Sumer responded to me with that saying like the sauce ? And I asked him Gardner, but it was I don't think he took it very long.
By the way, speaking of the sauce, the Circles Off episode came out today, right? And I immediately went to check the comments, and the sauce, Kyle Kerms, like he's really cheesed with me and Johnny about.
Fill me in on this because I'm not understanding the beef here. So
like we recorded a Circles Off episode. We like to occasionally do like a reaction episode. So we found a random video on Twitter. I actually think it came recommended from a few people that were saying like, you should watch this and react to it. So we did that. We reacted to that, a 12-minute video on like, I don't even remember what it was called. It was like how to bet for a living or something like that.
Yeah.
And me and Johnny, like, we ripped it apart. We roasted.
This was a couple months ago though, no?
Oh, a long time ago. Maybe like
6
months, maybe more. And A lot of people responded to that original video and they're like, oh, Kyle's actually like a good guy. You know, I'm like, okay. And Kyle himself responded to that video saying, oh, it's like very fair. He's changed as a better, basically, since he recorded that. It's not really a reflection of who he is. He DM'd me on Twitter. I had a call with the guy. We chatted for like half an hour, and he's like, listen, like, oh, Aubrey's kicking a monster
Aubrey's
field
insane.
goal.
Aubrey's
60
insane.
yards, no problem, right down the pipe.
Insane.
Nuts. Absolutely nuts. So yeah, we had a good chat and we kind of hashed it out. And he's like, yeah, you know what? Like I was more of a beginner when I recorded that. You know, things have changed. We talked. He's like, would you be interested in doing some stuff on my channel, maybe Sunday mornings for NFL? I got my own show. I can't, but I said, we'll have you on Circles Off at some point so that you can defend your point of view at least, right? Because he seemed like a good guy. Anyways, time's gone by. We haven't had him on. It's not because, I haven't wanted to have him on. It's just hasn't really fit with the direction we've been going in. And he just started like a few weeks ago posting on every video, like saying we're a bunch of frauds and stuff like that. So Q&A episode happens this week. Prop dude brings in some sort of question about the beef with Kyle Kerms. And I see what's going on, and I just gave my point of view. Anyways, today's video, he immediately responds. We give out bad advice. We used his words used his words against him. Looks like he got downvoted a lot, which is great. By the way, if anyone wants to go and comment on this video and defend us, that would be really helpful as well. Because I like to think we give out pretty good advice.
I dropped the link in the chat for you guys.
Yeah, he filmed a video on part of his thing was the martingale system. And he said, listen, I'm going to talk about a risky strategy now. Turn the video off if you don't want to hear it. And then he goes into martingale and he's like, I don't BS people. I don't want to lie to people. I use this system myself. Here's how it works. It's a little bit riskier. And that was like, we kind of roasted that because nobody should use a martingale system.
No.
But what are you going to do? Anyways, a lot of people sent me those comments today. I like the guy. I talked to the guy. He seemed like very down to earth. I don't really know where it came from. I'm trying to see his point of view as well. But I watched that video back, and he's the advice is not good. And that's all it really came down to. I'm not trying to roast him or anything. And honestly, I've seen some of his content. He's very entertaining. Anyways, Circles Off. Nobody knows. Check it out. Check out Circles Off and let me know what you think in the comments.
Yeah. Kyle Lamb with a great comment. Guys named Kyle are the worst. You cannot trust anyone named Kyle. Kyle, I completely agree with you. Cannot trust anyone named Kyle.
Who are Kyle Dubas?
Kyle Dubas. Don't get me started with him. Don't get me started with that. This is the wrong crowd. Kyle Shanahan can't win a thing for his life. If his life,
I always like Kyle Lowry though. You're not going to mess with Kyle Lowry.
No.
Kyle Lowry was my guy. I got to meet him a few times. He was always pretty down to earth. Kyle Lowry, I can't say anything bad about him.
His name's not Kyle, though. It's Kylington. I'm pretty sure.
Kylington? I didn't know that. Well, he goes by Kyle. I don't know.
I just made that. It's
like a Brazilian soccer player, Joe Linton.
Kyle
Baller. Remember Kyle Baller? Forgot that guy existed. Ravens QB. You don't know Kyle Baller? This was before your time.
Kyle Baller.
Yeah.
Raiders for the Ravens. He's 43 years old, drafted in 2003. How am I going to remember this guy?
I know. I didn't. Yeah.
Dylan just reported Kyle for spam. That's good.
I honestly don't want people I'm not suggesting people go and rip the guy or whatever. Yes. I don't want that to happen. But on our channels, on Circles Off especially, we actually do solid viewership and listenership for the size of the channel itself. But we don't really have that community aspect where people defend us against others. Like when we did the Simon Hunter reaction video, right? all the comments that are upvoted there are people who defend Simon. Now, granted, he has like a much larger following than us, so I get it. But it would be nice if occasionally people, did defend us, especially if they watch regularly and they believe in what we're talking about. So that's all it. But we can put that in the past.
Yeah, no, and I completely understand. It's also though because it helps when anytime someone comments. By the way, it helps us out. It helps us out a lot in the algorithm. The problem is that our content isn't polarizing enough for people to get angry and comment, because I feel like we make good comments. So we got to normalize. I was going to mention this because Tej Seth on Twitter made a great point about how it's almost like the worst analysts get the most views, because anytime they post a polarizing take, everyone comments on it. And guess what? That's a massive algo boost when people comment on it and disagree with it, right? We got to start normalizing just being like, hey, this is great content. I agree with you. Because when people feel like they agree with things, they're just not going to comment on it. But when they don't disagree, when they disagree, they are much more incentivized to like drop a comment there.
I think the big thing for us too is that like I've always had let me watch this third down here and then I'll get to the point. No, it's okay.
Wandale just
everything underneath, man. Everything is underneath. Like they rely on someone breaking a tackle to pick up a first all the time. Anyways, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say it looks like they're also kind of maybe bracketing Malik Neighbors, and they're just kind of letting everything happen underneath.
But Daniel Jones is like 21 of 24, 228 yards. It's been super efficient, but like what I notice about the Giants is when they don't pick up yards on first down, the second down play is usually they've been going 5 wide on second down a lot, and it's usually like a short, like literally 2 or 3 yard pass. To set up a more manageable third. And in the early going of the game, at least on the first and second drive, Daniel Jones was throwing past the sticks a lot more. It seems like they've really settled into everything underneath here. So we'll see. But on the content side of things, I don't have it in me. Maybe it's just my age, or I actually think I know what it is, but I don't have it in me to produce like mass marketable content. Right? Like I'm not the guy that's going to go on air and be like, oh, I absolutely love this team. Like go bet, 10 unit whale max or go bet this. Like, I think it's irresponsible to do that.
Yeah.
I always have. But that seems to draw like way more attention from people, right? The stuff like the public betting splits. The public betting splits are useless for the purposes of betting, but the most of the population really solidly believes in them. They think that they're extremely useful. To like my response is, if the public betting splits are so useful, like why are you not making a living off of sports betting? Should be pretty simple, especially for NFL. You can bet whatever you want on NFL games. If you think the public betting splits are so useful, they're you don't need to be working anymore with this type of stuff. But it really is hard to break. What we do is more niche. It's hard to break through to the masses when you're speaking a different language altogether, right?
Yeah, but the one thing that I do appreciate about our content, and obviously I'm biased, but I do really truly believe we make some of the best content in this space relating to football, college football, even hockey and basketball as well. I think we really, and of course, obviously, just general sports betting stuff with Circles Off. But yeah, I don't know. I think what we do is good, and I think that's the most important thing. And eventually, the cream of the crop should rise to the top. So, but yeah,
let's hope.
Let's absolutely hope.
That's why we gave you the stream tonight, Jason. We wanted the cream of the crop to rise to the top, man. We wanted to cater to the masses, right?
Yeah,
I'm sure a lot of losing bets on tonight's stream. Yeah.
No, honestly, we're doing okay. Someone mentioned in the chat earlier the pregame PGP. So I gave out 2 PGPs today. One that was absurd. It was the Malik Neighbors coming out party. 150 plus yards, 11 plus reception. That's that. It was 250 to 1. Didn't expect that to hit. But the chat really liked the Dallas Cowboys in the poll today. And we're right now we're riding a Dallas Cowboys -6.5. Prescott 275 plus receiving yards. Ferguson over 4.5 receptions. CeeDee Lamb over 100 receiving yards. We're close on the Lamb over receiving yards is like just there.
Yeah.
Ferguson's already hit his over receptions. Prescott I think is like, what is he, like 90 yards short? So we just need like a couple more yards from Prescott.
Yeah.
One or two of those to go to Lamb.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we just need a couple more yards, 2 more drives from Prescott and the Cowboys to cover. And the PGP, locks in for me to go 3-1 against you on the season, or 3-2, 3-2.
Yeah, I think it would be 3-2. It's really surprising to me the run pass splits for the Cowboys today, because Prescott's passed 21 times. And we only have 6, 7, 8, 9 carries to
running backs.
That includes CeeDee Lamb when he lined up in the backfield.
Which was their best run of the day, by the way.
Oh, I know. No. Yeah, it was. CeeDee Lamb's was the best run.
Yeah.
They used Luke Key on the 4th down, and he,
that was good.
That was pretty solid. But
do they always have him on this much, by the way, or is this just like they feel like they haven't been able to run, so they're going to throw a fullback on the field for majority of downs and just still not run well?
So they've been their rotation has been inconsistent, I would say. Last week, Zeke didn't really come into play until I want to say maybe like late in the second quarter. Tonight, you're basically not seeing him at all as well. CeeDee Lamb's in the backfield right now as well. So I think they're just trying some different stuff to try to get the running game going. But it doesn't work when you take a holding penalty on 1st down. Like, CeeDee Lamb's losing 3 yards here now. It's not, they don't have the O-line to do this. It's just night and day from what it was last year.
Yeah. Well, they lost their center. They lost a tackle.
Left tackle,
they
Tyron
lost
Smith.
A guard.
Yeah.
Right. I can't remember. But yeah.
No. So like Zach Martin is not the same Zach Martin anymore, right?
Okay.
He is by name, but and I'm not suggesting he's bad. He's a fine offensive lineman, but he's just not the same offensive lineman as before. Tyler Guyton is starting at left tackle. When they drafted Tyler Guyton, they drafted him thinking he was going to be like a project, basically. That was kind of the word on him in the draft, is like he could develop into a great left tackle, but he doesn't have the skills yet. They're starting him at left tackle. Cooper Beebe at center is a rookie. Terrence Steele at right tackle is not very good. Really, like the most consistent lineman has been Tyler Smith, their left guard. But it's not the same. It's not the same. Although this is big because like they get into these throwing situations and the Giants secondary is bad. So we'll see what happens here.
I want to hit a live if we don't get a first down here from Dallas, which I don't think we're going to get.
Or not, because we're going to get fucking like a 2-yard dump off to Luke,
which makes like no sense. Player to catch a pass on Giants drive, like Wan'Dale Robinson at plus 120. It feels like they're doing a lot to get Neighbors out of this game. Yeah. I want to
off the board. It'll come back up. But it's Wan'Dale's got 10 targets tonight. And like his longest reception's 11 yards. They're playing the quick passing game with him.
Absolutely.
So,
and
I like that.
Yeah. So if we can try and get in on that, we'll try. It's back up right now. He's plus 130. So if you guys want to click that quick, gonna lock that in for a half unit there.
Although did he just return the punt right now? Oh, because I wonder if that's going to affect him. Well, it's going to be the end of the third quarter. So yeah.
Oh, so we got to kick you out, eh? Okay.
No, it was Smith Marset that returned the punt. It looks like that guy.
Okay.
That's a special place in my heart.
One in the chat if you were here for the Smith Marset.
Please tell me you were here. It was Smith Marset first touchdown for the Panthers last year. What a game that was, man. Sometimes you just make these legendary hits where you're like, I don't even know what my thought process was for that, because it's not like I give out.
He was the 5th receiver.
Yeah,
he was the 5th receiver.
It's not like I give out 10 touchdown scores, right? It was that. Yeah, that was fun. Oh man.
Yeah. That taught me a lesson. I don't want to say taught me a lesson, but I will forever regret not parlaying the first and last touchdown there, because it was such a, like that game. It was the Panthers Bears game where it's two dog shit teams, like absolute dog shit teams. Justin Fields was hurt. Bajent was in. Guys hurt on both sides of the ball. Just a bad team. And it's just one of those few opportunities where the total was low enough where it was very realistic that there would only be one touchdown, and the first touchdown would be the last touchdown. So that was one of my biggest regrets. So, but it is what it is. I'm going to lock in, since we're on a commercial right now, half unit.
Yeah,
We're going to lock in.
full disclosure, I'm in California right now. Can't access my FanDuel, so I like to always, say that I like to bet everything that we give out on the show as well. But I actually think that's a good bet. So, and I can't bet it in real time right now. So, it is what it is.
I'm gonna just quickly, Rob, if you can help me fill air while I track this. That's the only, I guess, foresight of this. Yeah, I mean, I was gonna make a PG joke, but it's crazy that PG's just got on a different meaning for myself now.
Yeah, that's it. That's your thing. You just gotta own it, man. You gotta own it. I'm owning Jersey Jerry, like shit his pants on a bus, and he became popular for doing that. That was his thing. He's forever gonna be the guy that shit his pants on the bus, but he blew up after that. You're forever the guy that we don't even know how the nickname started, but you're just the porn guy now.
It's either someone thought I looked like Johnny Sins, or someone said I look like a guy who watches a lot of porn.
No one said you look like Johnny Sins. No one said that. So you have some guy said resemblance.
Some guy said I look like the type of guy who watches a lot of porn, is what I think it was. And I think that makes more sense. So Wan'Dale Robinson to catch a draft on the 7th drive for the New York Giants. Tracking that right now. We'll see if that hits. 31 seconds. Rob, any last thoughts before you head out of here? In this third quarter? It was always Darius Slayton. It was always
Slayton. It was always no, it's Neighbors. That's Neighbors, right? That's Neighbors.
Oh, that is Neighbors. Never mind.
Yeah.
It was always Neighbors. It was always Neighbors.
No last thoughts. I don't even know what I'm rooting for anymore. This is the problem when you're a fan of a team and you bet against them. I don't know. DeMarcus Lawrence is hurt now, by the way, as well. Foot injury questionable. This team is absolute trash. But
okay,
that's gonna be it for me. Yeah.
Before you head out of here, I know you told me you would fire me if we're under 150 likes. We're at 152 right now. So if it goes under, are you still gonna fire me, or is it okay because we cleared that goal?
No. I said 200. No. I said 200.
You can move the goalposts if you want. You can move the goalposts if you want.
200 likes.
All right, sounds good.
Before I go for the chat that's in here, number one, if I could let Jason do streams again in case I'm away. Number two, if you don't want that to happen, and you got to be honest.
You're going to see a wall of twos. I'm telling you right now, you're going to see a wall of twos.
Yeah, I hope people are honest with me, because if they enjoyed it, if they liked your hosting tonight, wow, it's very mixed so far.
It's mixed.
But see, you're a good heel, man.
You guys are sweet. You guys are too sweet.
Yeah, you're a good heel. Like it works. It works. Every now and then you got to let the heel, have their time to shine. Then the baby face comes back in, puts the heel in their place. That's just how the world works. But appreciate everyone for tuning in. Thanks for giving Jason some love. And make sure you stick around for the fourth quarter with Matt Russell as well. He's a great guy, very knowledgeable in the sport. So peace out, everyone.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
I was gonna say go Cowboys, but I can't even. I don't even want the Cowboys to win a close game. I want the Giants to win. It's better for me.
Just points.
So, yeah,
cheering for points right now.
Just
All
points.
All right. Thanks, Rob.
Good luck.
Have fun in California. See ya. All right. The pizza man himself. You guys know him. You guys love him. Also, shout out to you guys for dropping the ones in the chat. You didn't have to lie like that. You didn't have to lie to Rob like that, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right. Up next, if you watch Edge work here on Forward Progress or on the Hammer Betting Network, you've seen him before. It's the man, the myth, the legend. I think I've used that twice today, which is not good, but it's all good. Matt Russell. Matt,
my man.
Long time no see. How's it going?
Yeah, good to see you, buddy. Yeah, there can only be one man and
one myth
legend, right? We can't just be throwing those around too brazenly. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. I'm doing well. I've been I think I'm doing great, honestly.
Board is what you've been doing.
Yeah, I've been.
Been spraying the board a little bit. I think
you got to be careful with your verbiage here, because on this channel I'm known. You probably heard it as in the waiting room there. The apparent. I don't know how I got this moniker, but people call me the porn guy, which I mean, I have
caught
nothing.
Some of that. And I got to
Yeah.
tell you, man, like I almost just turned around and left. I was like, this isn't my brand. I can't be just waltzing into like weird porn scenes between you and Pizzola.
Trust
Pizzola's
me.
ducking me. I had all kinds of questions ready for him. Like, it's just like he takes off because he's in Hollywood, and I'm like, I'm worried about his Cowboys here. He's got his. Here's my question for Pizzola. I know he's gone, but like, I'm a little worried about the rookie left tackle, Guyton, right?
Yeah.
Like, he talked about the idea that he's a project, and like, maybe he'll play eventually. Like, is it just me, or is it a little light in the britches?
Yeah, no, I mean, like, thin. You can only be yeah.
Like, what an incredibly weird time to try Ozempic when you just start your NFL career at left tackle, right? Like, is the project around Guyton like getting him a sandwich? Like, is that the project? Like some Texas barbecue? Because to me, like, that feels like the project that's happening or needs to happen as he's getting like holding call after holding call, as the referees, actually decide to get the penalties correct occasionally in this game. So, yeah, listen, I'm worried. I'm worried about him.
Yeah, I can see that. But at the very least, like, if you're the Cowboys, you can, like, this never felt like a year where the Cowboys was going to be compete. So, like, if you're going to have, like, this felt like the year to take the project.
Tell Jerry that. I think. Tell my
Jerry wants to win every year. That's the problem. Man. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Are you a Cowboys fan, by the way?
Yeah. No, I'm certainly not. No, not at all. But I mean, I know that Pizzola is. And that's why I'm worried about their project left tackle who hasn't swung by a barbecue place in Texas just yet. So, yeah, man, that's very concerning. Listen, I would have been here earlier. I told Alex, I was like, listen, man, I'd love to come on tonight. I just have to come on a little bit later on because I have to catch the series premiere of Dr. Odyssey.
I can't tell if that's serious or not.
No, because I don't know if everybody in the US has been getting bombarded with Dr. Odyssey commercials during their football experience for the last month, but your guy, who's the guy from Dawson's Creek who's on there?
I have, now that you mention it, I've been getting those as well. The problem is
of course,
I mean, it's not a problem, but I have so many screens that when I watch it 1 and 4 o'clock games, I'm just not if there's a commercial, my eyes go away. And for the watch along, whenever there's a commercial, I try and like focus on chat. So for me, I have
deep in the watch along scene.
I've been deep
for
in
me.
These,
watch along is me and my wife. So she's like, I don't know what are you doing? Why you're doing a watch along? Like my whole life is based on watch along. Like why would anybody want to do this? So it's like you want to do this, or at least you said yes. So like you're watching along for everyone. Anyway, the point is like we watch these Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night games, and it's just like Dr. Odyssey over and over and over again, to the point where we joke about it, but it was on TV or whatever, and I turned to my wife and I was like, hey, Dr. Odyssey starts tonight. And she looks at me and she just like looks down and she looks back up and she goes like, just hit record. Just hit record. Like she wants to like check it out. She wants to see what Pacey's up to these days.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I don't know if that's gonna be a couple's watch or if that's gonna be like a guilt watch that she watches on a day off or something like that. But yeah, Dr. Odyssey, this year's commercial that just won't stop. But you know what though? Like, and I don't know if like, do you remember in years past like various commercials and like hating the commercials that just like Young Sheldon. Just
absolutely
getting beaten with Young Sheldon over our heads for an entire season. And I was like, no, like we can't have Young Sheldon this much. This is too much. He's going to be old by the time we're done with this. But I'll just say it. There's the attractiveness on the in the Dr. Odyssey commercials.
Okay.
It's like
that's always beneficial.
Yeah. They switch it up and you're just like, you know what? You throw attractive people, especially females, on these commercials, and it's like, you know what? I think
you make me more inclined to watch for sure.
Well, I'm not gonna watch the show, but like I'm not.
But like commercials
right?
Palatable, and I'm a little bit behind here, but Wandale Robinson, pew 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 pew.
Yeah,
that's a cash right there.
That's a cash.
Spraying the board. Spraying the board works. The spraying the board works. There's actually a joke I used to have with a bunch of friends where we've seen basically 6 seasons of The Good Doctor. Because I've seen I know what happens as a result of the commercials.
Oh yeah,
like the teasers for it. I mean, I don't know if one in the chat if you guys get Good Doctor. Because I've seen 6 seasons of it without watching a single episode.
Well, there was a couple months ago, they were like, and the season or the series finale or the last season of The Good Doctor or something. I'm like, never watched an episode, obviously, but obviously, like you said, I feel like I've seen everything because it's every commercial. Which like we're now the good news is we're gonna get new Dr. Odyssey commercials, which is gonna be sweet. But yeah, I feel like I've watched every episode, and then all of a sudden, like the show's over, and it's just like, oh, okay, like man, we've been watching football a lot together. We've been together oh gosh, I should know this off my heart, 6.5 years, and so that's pretty much. Our marriage has lasted the entire length of The Good Doctor, and we were there for the beginning of when it was an annoying commercial on NFL primetime games, and here we are. So, hopefully the Dr. Odyssey show has the same kind of run. So shout out to my guy Joshua Jackson, Canadian guy, by the way.
Canadian. I don't even. It's if he's Canadian, it's probably a Canadian only show, and the chat's like, what the hell are you guys talking about right now?
Were people expecting the fourth quarter of the Thursday night football game with your boy Russell coming in and like talking football? Like, I'm sorry, guys, you have come to the wrong place for that. No, we want to talk some football. We want to talk pass protections. We can get into that. I like the way that the Giants have been bootlegging well.
Yeah, they've been running out of boot pretty well. I was worried for a second there. It looked like Neighbors got hit in the knee pretty hard, but he looks okay. That would
suck because that dude's awesome.
He's disgusting. Awesome. And it looks like he's laboring, which is, not the best. I'm currently sweating no, my parlay's dead, but
right. That parlay was with Cowboys, like adjusted to like what -6.5 because it was
-6.5
overtime. Yeah,
I have two fired off.
The reason we're talking about bad television commercials, TV show commercials, is because you and I are conflicting tonight. Because my crew's got the Giants money line, things of that nature. So I'm trying not to be like, that dude rolls in quasi invited to the show and is all like, I'm firing off my own gunnies here.
Please.
Get a touchdown. So I don't want to be that.
That's the best part of the show. I was going to ask you what you're sweating tonight. You're on Giants. Yeah. Hey, I listen, earlier today, I like the Giants in this game. The only reason why I played that Dallas parlay is because, one, I want to play everything I give out on stream. I feel like it's only fair. I'm telling everyone, again, these are wagertainment bets. I don't expect these to win, and I'm not betting a lot on these. I make it very clear. But before the show, we like to do a little poll, whether it's it's Cowboys, Giants, over or under, and chat gets the pick, and we build the parlay kind of around that. And I play it, and if I fire it off, it's close hitting. But I have some other ones for myself personally. I like the Giants in this game. I thought it was going to be a Malik Neighbors coming. I don't want to call it a coming out party because he's been coming out for the past couple weeks. But
he came out last. He was in the parade.
He's been out. Sunday. He's been out.
Like he was, rainbows and everything. It was a whole scene.
But my whole idea is that this offense is really like fuck running the ball. Like this offense just completely runs on Malik Neighbors, and Daniel Jones, I feel like understands that now, and I think Dayball understands that. So kind of my thoughts was just basically everything Neighbor over and 2+ touchdowns, which is probably not going to hit. But I had Giants to win as well in that. So,
once the Cowboys got away with face mask gate, where we just start flipping penalty calls,
whatever,
right? Like the Giants are one like face mask away here from moving this ball into well, they're not quite the red zone. What was my point? Oh yes, so like Neighbors absolutely breaks Booth's ankles like he's at Rucker Park on a Friday night, and it's pretty clear to me that the Giants at that point, the Cowboys at that point, were like, all right, like, we're going to need some help over the top, right? Like, if my guy is getting crossed over, like Skip to Malou out there, like, I don't know that we need to be, putting him in single coverage in any way, shape, or form. Now, he's still doing okay as far as getting some volume or whatever, but, like, the deep shots are going to be at a minimum. Now the other guys have to do something, right? And so one of my long shot bets for tonight was a Theo Johnson touchdown. But apparently the Giants got so into the idea, having played the Commanders, 2 weeks ago, and losing when they only kicked field goals, the Giants are like, yeah, I think that's how you win football games. Let's try to go for the 6th field goal, winning the game with 18 points, which kind of annoying for somebody who's just looking. I'm just looking for one throw to Theo Johnson just to see, right? See what
are you sweating?
Like,
Theo Johnson last touchdown. Is that what it is? Or
No,
anytime?
anytime, eight
Any
to
place,
1.
anywhere.
Yeah, like whenever you're ready, But he's actually jamming life up by not being able to get set early on in that game, in the game where they would have had the ball like the 1 yard line, right? He gets called for, I don't know what he was doing there, the Macarena or something like that. I'm doing only references, by the way, that because you didn't know Kyle Bowler, you wouldn't know, because if they were pre-Kyle Bowler, then they were pre your time.
What, the Macarena? I know what the Macarena is.
Okay. Well, we're working towards something. We're finding level playing ground here. Yeah. So I mean, listen, the Giants have had multiple opportunities, some of them not their own fault, to actually score a touchdown. And listen, that face masking debacle before, like, at least they get the field goal, and to just assume that if they had first down at the 17-yard line, which would have been the situation, to just assume that they would score a touchdown based on what we've seen from the Giants offense, is probably a bit of a stretch. But again, like my Theo Johnson anytime touchdowns, it's like, yeah, man, I just kind of want to see it. I just want to see, just give me a chance.
Yeah.
So that doesn't seem like it's going to happen.
Yeah, and I can imagine as a Giants backer, it's probably frustrating watching them just stall in the red zone. Drive after drive. Like,
it's a little
not to rub it in. Sorry, I just realized that came up as like me being like,
you're not wrong. They're hanging around though, right? It's actually very similar to Sunday night with the Falcons and the Chiefs, right? Where, like, if the Falcons had kicked a field goal or gotten themselves into a situation like a 4th and 8 or something, where they had to kick a field goal to go from 5 down to 2, like, I'm betting these underdogs plus the points, but I'm also betting the money line, right? And there's an element of greed where you're like 4th and 1, 4th and 2, like, go for it. Let's get the touchdown all in one, like, whatever, right? I'm like, let's do baby steps with some of these teams. Like, let's just get the field goal here. And I know people would be in an uproar, right? Because, you turned a 1-score game into a 1-score game. It's like, have you seen the NFL? It's just constantly, like, not 3 and outs necessarily, but like punts and field goals and just kind of this crap where, we need 3 at a time. And honestly, like, going for it on 4, I mean, they were going to go for it on 4th and 14 or whatever, but like, had they been in a situation to go for it in like 4th and 3 and been compelled to do it, I don't think that was going to go well. So let's chip away. With some field goals here. We're within 2. That's what all I want.
Yeah, especially with the Dallas offense that has not looked good all year. No,
and that's exactly right? Where it's like, okay, if part of the handicap is that the Cowboys offensive line with the unfortunately slim guy, T-Gites, hasn't had, again, Texas barbecue. Try it. It's really good, man. Yeah, you are a little bit ahead of me. I didn't realize we were getting into a montage. I'm like, look at how thin this guy is.
I was going to say it. So
he's not 250, is he?
He's like, he's way bigger than that. He's 6'8". That's why.
Well, I know he's super tall. It's stretched out. I get it. All right, fine.
6'8", 322 according to Combine, but they always juice those.
So what I'm gonna like, I need you at 350.
Yeah, you need to be a little bit bigger. So what I'm gonna do is when they line up for the next alignment, I'm gonna start doing a play clock countdown to get everyone watching synced up with us. And I guess and Matt, you'll know how far ahead I am than you, I guess. What are you doing? Aren't you? You're in Ontario, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. You're not that far, and I can.
I
can throw on another feed that is actually probably ahead of yours. I can do that.
15, 14, 13, 12. Snap the ball.
Oh, that's the play clock. What's the game clock?
Yeah, play clock. Oh, 10, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27.
I got the second feed up here. I don't know for sure. I'm not looking to shout out major companies.
Yeah, there we go. I'm very much anti that. I always get mad at Rob for shouting out these companies. Until they give us a sponsorship, we're not giving them free advertisement.
Yeah, they're not going to make their entire success isn't going to be made or broken on the fact that whether I mention them or not, but it's really more just a spiteful thing.
100%, because if people don't know about Canadian media companies, you have been touched. Keep going, Ferg. Okay. It's an oligopoly.
So I'm a couple of seconds ahead of you now. So I got
you're ahead of me now.
Happening. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Sort of an electric show over here. So
all right, quickly before the next play here, chat. I want you to drop all the plays you're sweating, what you need right now, what's close. I want to know what people are sweating. Matt, I know you're sweating the mostly just Giants stuff, just Giants to win.
Well, you know what? I'm also in big time trouble here because I have Daniel Jones under 31.5 pass attempts.
You gotta kill one darling. You gotta kill one darling here.
He's literally at 31 right now, and it's just like, God, I gotta tell you, it feels like it's probably not going to work both ways, unless the Giants like get a defensive touchdown, in which case like we're going full on Russell after dark, and the pants are coming off. But
no, we can't do that. We can't.
Listen, you got started with the Johnny Sins talk and whatnot, so I realized when I came on here I had to be ready for anything.
It's not, you have to understand, it's not me, it's always the chat leading the way here on this. It's always the chat leading the way here. Just looking at what the chat is asking for. Cody's asking for Lamb getting 2 yards. It's a sweat because I don't know if they're gonna be running the ball a lot.
No,
they're gonna be running the ball a lot. Lamb, one more catch for TC. BRB just cashes Ferguson over 40.5. Hopefully he doesn't catch a pass for negative yards. I'm sorry if I just mushed that, and he does.
Well, there's a third down throw to Lamb that is still like very much on the docket anywhere in the
absolutely
minutes. So
absolutely. Aubrey 2+ field goals. Giants +5.5. Sweating dimes not getting hurt and looking bad, so they cut him. I mean, like that is a Giants fan right there through and through. Giants fan right there through and through. And then Scott there's Tolbert.
Oh, I'm involved in Tolbert as well. I keep forgetting this.
I think we're involved.
I'm so theoretically excited about the Giants money line that I'm forgetting that I actually have to now that it's the fourth quarter and listen, I'm getting to hang out with you. It's like, okay, you have to actually pay attention to some of these other auxiliary bets, right? Because I mean, listen, they're just little prop bets, right? So it's like, they're a fraction, a half, a third or whatever of what we're talking about with regards to point spreads and whatnot. So it's like,
but you just kind of fire them off and you forget, right? Like that's kind of
it's not that I forget. It's more just like, I have
to keep track of while you're watching
27.5, right? And I'm only really going to think about that when they throw passes to Tolbert, right? And this would have already gone over, except for they hit a 20-yarder to him earlier, but it got called back due to penalty. And so at that time, it was the second quarter. And I was like, well, there's going to be plenty of time. Like, don't worry about it. And then all of a sudden, getting ready to come on here with you. And then we start talking and you look up and it's 8 minutes left in the game. And you're like, oh, man, I haven't exactly seen a ton of JT lately. And we're going to need some more yardage from my guy, old Tolbs. So that one reminded me of that, too.
Yeah, it feels like on this drive, as like the Cowboys probably should, it feels like they're choking out as much clock as possible, which I mean, I understand why.
Sure.
Because their offense hasn't looked good at all this year, this year and in this game. But I'm wondering if maybe they're going too hard with trying to drain out this clock and just not giving themselves, if they don't score here, like enough time. Maybe I'm galaxy braining myself here, but
it's at this point we're still just trying to play football, right? It's 8 minutes left here. They're trying to score a touchdown. Obviously, your boy over here is not into that concept. I would, gladly accept a field goal here and then take my chances. Theo, I did promise on Twitter that Theo Johnson was going to catch the game-winning touchdown. Promise is a stretch. I just more said, wouldn't that be neat if it happened? Let me ask you this, and this is another question I had that Rob doesn't get to answer because he's at the Hollywood sign right now. So I don't know if you noticed this, but there were a lot of CeeDee Lamb props for rushing yards. Like there was basically over under a half yard for his rushing yards tonight.
Yes.
And that hasn't been, and again, this was the reason why this is going to be a question for a Cowboys fan in Rob, and obviously an astute bettor. If I had never seen that before for Cowboys games where Lamb was lined, and again, it was a half yard, right? So basically, yes or no, is he going to gain any yardage? So I look at that and I go, okay, well, that's interesting. Why tonight, right? Why tonight is Lamb being lined for rushing yards? And so I think the answer would be, well, somebody has been to Cowboys practice or has paid a little bit more attention. Like I didn't watch every single play of that game the other day because the last two Cowboys games were pretty much over after the first quarter. So maybe they were lining him up back there and that's what made it sort of a thing. But so my question would be, or sort of the second part of the question would be, okay, so if they're lining it because somebody has information that Lamb is going to be used in the running game, shouldn't we be betting the over just by seeing that it's offered? Because therefore they're telling us that, that he could be doing this.
Maybe I will say last year he did run the ball 10. He had 1 attempt or more in 10 of 17 games last year. So it's not like this is a foreign thing to where we haven't seen it before with CeeDee Lamb and it's new this year.
I will seen him run it. I've just never seen it lined.
Yes, of course. And right? I think I've noticed this a little bit more with number one receivers getting those rushing props. And I think it's just I think it's just with the books trying to offer more and more outs. I think that's what it really is. I don't know.
Really interesting. I'm not. It was like
it is interesting. You're right. You're right. It's
5 carries. I guess the other thing is some of it is confirmation bias, right? Where you're watching the game and it's like, oh, he's got 5 carries or 4. I thought he was starting to go backwards on that one carry, and I was like, it'd be hilarious that if he went backwards for like 9 yards, and he goes +9 and then went back -9, and whoever bet the over actually didn't cash. But that first one should be good enough for everybody to cash. But when you start going, okay, it's 4 or 5 carries, it's like, okay, that's a little bit different than like 1 carry for 10 games, in each of 10 games last season. It's like, oh, this was mega in the game plan. So just a little bit interesting. It'd be interesting to see A, if it's lined next week, and B, what the line is, right? Because do you bump it up from a half of a yard to like a 4.5, 5.5, something like that? If we think he's going to start getting 2-3 carries, because why wouldn't you at this point? Their run game stinks. Like Rico Dowdell.
Yeah, absolutely. I would think it's definitely going to get posted next week. Someone in the chat is mentioning that it has been up in the past. They bet it last week and lost.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So
good information.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely didn't look last week, which is why it's a question and not like, what? This is the first it's ever been guaranteed. Like,
well, here's the thing. I've also seen it with a couple other receivers as well. I've never noticed, like I saw it posted for Jamar Chase, which I've never seen before.
Oh, I did see that on Monday, right?
Yeah. So I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. The problem is with that logic, it can almost go both ways where it's like, are they posting it because they know he's going to get worked in, or are they posting it like you'll see some people on Twitter say like they know that they're gonna trap you by they want you to take the over and he's not going to get a single attempt, kind of, you know what I mean? Like
there's no such thing as easy money. It's just more like it never has come up and now it's coming up. And again, retrospectively, he's got 4 or 5 carries. The next guy that has that, Justin Jefferson this weekend, set him up for 0.5 rushing yards. I'd be like, what's going on there?
I think the key is to wait until they actually get the rush live. And if they get yards, just to instantly bet they're under and just hope that they never get another touch for the rest of the game. Because if they're offering it pregame and they're offering it live, hey, who knows, right?
No, it's fair. That's fair.
Some fun ways to take advantage of it live. I've like really doing these live streams. I've really come to appreciate the live betting a lot more. I never used to really get into it. Beforehand.
You're deep in the weeds, right? You got the screen up. It's all happening.
Oh, we're so deep. We're so deep that FanDuel thinks I'm a bot. Every time I have to verify.
Oh wow.
I don't know if you ever get that. I get the button where I have to press and hold. It's
oh no.
Yeah.
That's electric. Yeah, my Daniel Jones props dead in the water. Too good at passing.
Can't get negative pass attempts, right? Like
you can't.
Not like
you can't go backwards. Sack him. Somebody starts screaming. That's the type of thing you'd hear at a bar where you're like, and it's just like new better guy, and it's just like he's screaming sack him, and you're like, no, that's not how this works.
No.
Once you hit 32, you hit 32.
One of the worst
for
things.
Him, I guess. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Like they ran a trailing game state the whole way. It wasn't the biggest trailing game state. It was. I mean,
there's your Theo Johnson though. I know it's not a touchdown, but it's a sighting. He's alive. That's good to know. He's in the game. He's catching passes.
I'm fully aware he's out there. My guy plays like 80% of the snaps, right? Like he's basically running around in the end zone as they're throwing balls to Malik Neighbors all the time. Yeah. Like he's having a great time.
It's just good to know Daniel Jones sees him. That's
that's right. He's and he's got confidence that he can catch the ball. So like we like that.
Exactly.
But, no, when you said that again, I was looking at the screen that was behind. I was like, unless the large tight end starts running 70 yards down the field,
then
this information from Jason is not relevant to my life.
Useless. I mean, hey, that's like a lot. I'm sure chat can attest that. One in the chat, if the information I give to you guys is absolutely useless. 2, if I've ever given you any useful information, get prepared for the walls of ones that you're about to see in the chat. And shout out to the chat for sticking through with us here. I forgot this actually. Chat and I are sweating over 10.5 second half points for the Dallas Cowboys, which is, I mean, we need a score from the Cowboys bad, and I don't know if we're ever going to get it. Yeah.
Well,
I'm just trying to quant my way into like, is it possible to get overtime here? Like, and actually, you know what?
You need a Giants touchdown and then a 2-point conversion, right?
Yeah, exactly. But does second half count towards overtime? I guess not. I've never been in a situation where I've bet something in the second half and it's gone to overtime. And I don't think it would.
Check your books. That's the old check your books for rules and regs.
That's good. I didn't read the terms. Didn't read the T's and C's, and I'm always the T's and C's.
You got a T and C.
I remember looking up. I looked a lot into last year touchdown props because of the defense and the special teams versus actual player itself. A lot of books grade things differently and offer DST at different prices because sometimes DST has it counts for returns, but some books don't. It's this whole one.
Yeah, it's like DEF versus DST, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of TV shows, Bad Monkey on Apple. Check that out.
I've been told.
Yeah.
Haven't
really
watched
enjoyable. Really enjoyable.
So
you know what? Correct? If you stuck around this long and you get that recommendation, that piece of information, that tip, and you end up liking the show, there you go. It's totally worth your time.
Tweet at Matt at MRuss Authentic.
Yeah, let me know how it goes.
Say thank you. Say
you know what?
No, I'm what if I? Oh, you know what I was watching recently was the McMahon documentary, which is
okay.
I've always been like
I haven't gotten into it, but yeah.
I'm not like a wrestling fan, I would say, but I appreciate it. I watched it growing up. I didn't realize how much shit he got. I don't know if you're a wrestling fan. Are you a big wrestling fan or not really?
No, I mean, like as a kid, you like that a little bit, but I mean that was a long time ago, unfortunately. Yeah. So no, but I mean, obviously, like the person, and honestly, I'll watch a documentary on just about anything.
Yeah, no, it's just cool because I didn't know that like the stories and the different like behind the scenes stuff I never really knew about. And he's been like horrible today, by the way. Like I don't want to say horrible. He's been okay, but it's just like. He might have the worst hands in the NFL. He might have the worst hands in the NFL.
Yeah.
For a short passing guy, he might have the worst hands in the NFL. Like that's his niche, where it's like you're the guy who gets the underneath.
Brutal.
What was it? That like he was lucky that was ruled an incomplete pass. Like you're talking about the incomplete pass that should have been a fumble.
Yes.
That was bad.
It shouldn't have been. I'm not gonna say it shouldn't have been a fumble. At one point, it was ruled a fumble, but like when you saw it, he was clearly juggling it. But just the fact that he was juggling it and wasn't able to just like professionally catch it, lock it in, and go like. Again, you're a professional, right? Like the idea is, that you're supposed to catch it and tuck it as fast as possible because like these guys are lunatics out there and they're going to absolutely destroy it. And they're super fast and they're super big and they're super strong and they're going to hit you. So like, let's get this thing locked up. And I don't know, I guess he didn't expect that he was going to get hit and then thought he could like be fancy about it. And because he was so wide open. But yeah, just again, one of a million opportunities, both like that the Giants have screwed up on their own, and that have obviously been a little bit messed up by other outside forces. We'll say.
Okay, quickly, I want to get your thoughts on this. Anytime there's a commercial, I like to comb the live menu.
Comb it.
Devin Singletary, 25 plus rushing yards. Listen, they should not be running the ball right now, the New York Giants, but we've seen them do stupider shit in the past. Right? Yeah. We've seen them run the ball a little bit in the past year. He only needs one more yard. It's plus 250 right now.
You would need, listen, if you get a touchdown, then and the Giants ever get the ball back, like that's when you get that rushing attempt. Right? If the Giants take the lead and get the ball back because the Cowboys don't score and they have to, get a first down to like run the clock out. Or
I didn't realize it was fourth down. That's my bad. I didn't realize it was fourth down.
No, it's 4th and 6.
I thought it was 3rd and 6. I missed that. I missed the play somewhere in between here.
No, that was the Robinson drop was on 3rd and 6.
Yeah, so that's the play I missed. I thought that was 2nd down.
The newest Wandale drop.
Yeah, so you know what? Scratch that from the record. We're going to pretend like that was never mentioned. We're going to stricken from the record. Stricken it from the record. I have a.
It wasn't going to happen on this play, but it's
going to happen on the next one. Yeah.
First of all, do you go for it on 4th and 6 here?
Like 100%. You have to. You absolutely have to. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I guess you're probably
right. 4th and 6 from midfield. There's 3 minutes, 30 seconds left. One in the
Is that
chat
where
if you
they
go
are,
for it. Two in the
midfield?
chat if you don't. Just their own 45. So like
Okay.
close enough to midfield.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fair enough.
the problem is anywhere you go for it, you're the threat of a Aubrey field goal is very real. Like no matter what. So and you shouldn't really care about that, but
well, this thing has not been outside the number all bleeping night, right?
Yeah.
Like 5 has been the max all night. So the, failed 4th down followed by the Aubrey, 61-yarder to take the 8-point lead, followed by the Giants, like getting it down to the 10-yard line with like 8 seconds left, followed by them failing. And then the Cowboys just cover would be like suboptimal.
Yeah. Play clock's at 17, 16, 15, 14. And they snap the ball. They're going for it here, as I think they should. Oh, man. Daniel Jones running for his life. Don't you.
Did he catch?
Was he not?
No, he did not.
Was he not way past the line of scrimmage there? Am I? Oh no.
I'm here to tell you it doesn't go great.
Oh, I just hope he's okay. Never want to see a guy get hurt like that. I mean,
it's funny that they're like thinking about. They have to think about whether you caught that or not.
That looked like that was a head injury. No, I don't know. I never want to assess injuries.
Well, I'm ready to like see the replay, see that it was like a blatant like headshot, and that the officials like missed it. Like that's the type of thing that I think we're sort of expecting at this point in our lives. I mean, he caught it and then
but just couldn't secure
landed pretty much on his face.
Like the way he was laying there, it looked like he was unfortunately knocked out. But I also don't. Oh, it's ball. You know what, Scott has always had an eye for football. Scott, I see you, buddy. I see you. Ball to the nuts. I think that's what it is. That makes the most sense to me.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No,
it hit him directly in the crown jewels. I will say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
And it looks like the way he's like.
I mean, the good news is now that it's just as. I mean, I say just, but I think we know. It's better than a concussion, I suppose.
And Mike, where you got?
I'll now say
players dropping like flies.
I think you got to make that catch.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
I think you got to make that. You had the feet down.
He had the feet down.
We can't be talking a lot of bleep about how great Malik Neighbors is, and then you don't make that catch. I feel like the top 10 guys make those catches. CeeDee Lamb makes that catch.
Those are all fair points.
Jamar Chase makes that catch.
Those are all fair points.
So you know what? We'll wait a week. We'll wait a week before we start making proclamations about Malik Neighbors.
He's got 10. Yeah, and he's got 10 days to get healthy again. So hopefully his nuts can heal by then. unless you went like catches, full Sammy Sallow or
120. He's the best ever.
No, I really think though he's on. I love Malik Neighbors coming out of the draft. I thought he was like. I'm sure everyone did. I'm not like a.
I was making the argument that he won Jaden Daniels the Heisman because he would just make these ridiculous catches in the end zone last year. And it was just like, well, okay, well, there's another 50-yard touchdown throw from Jaden Daniels. I'm like, did you see Malik Neighbors on that play?
Yeah. My biggest regret, though, was like reeling in my thoughts about him because he went to the Giants. And it's like, he is one of the very few receivers who we've seen day one be legitimately QB proof. Doesn't matter who's throwing him the ball. He'll figure it out. And
Well, I got to tell you, man, we're in this nebulous area here.
It's awkward. What are we going to do?
Well, it's the I'd love a stop conceptually, but then I know they're just going to kick like a 60 trillion yard field goal, and that's going to bum me out. But if they just get a first down, well, they got one timeout, 2 minutes, they're potentially 2 first downs away from just kneeling it out and saving the point spread. So, it's kind of weird. It's kind of that weird zone. How greedy do I want to be, right? Not that, and I always love you thinking about that sort of thing, because then you're like, wait a minute, does my thought process and what I want ever actually directly determine what happens on the football field?
No.
You know what I mean? If I could just do that, guess what? They would have called pass interference in the Falcons game the other night. Okay, oh, well, what do I want to happen here? Who cares what I want to happen here? Because I don't control any of this. Whatever's going to happen, the power could go out right now. The stream could stop. I would not see the rest of this game. And you know what? It's probably going to be played till its entirety. There's going to be a final score. And what I want to happen does not have any bearing on what happens, right?
I think we are.
I'll just sit here like shoulder shrugging, being like, "Oh, first down." Okay. You know, like the best players in the league are all like just leaving this game. Like Micah Parsons, like my
Parsons
foot.
out, Diggs out.
Neighbors is like my balls.
Neighbors hurt.
Yeah. It's just,
oh man,
it's a tough scene across the board here.
Oh man.
So yeah, we got no timeouts left for the Gigantes.
I think it's
we're one first down away.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think, Jay?
5
Do
plays away.
Do I just take the point spread win, lose a couple of props? Again, I say this as if I have any control whatsoever.
Well, what was the number you had on the spread? Was it
I have +6. Yeah, I have +6. Yeah, I'm pretty good at this, Jay.
So we need a first down.
+4.5. Like
we need a first down here. We desperately.
That's
need
what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
It's like, well, in theory, the game still continues, but it's like, do I?
Oh, you think
Daniel Jones is going to like drive them down for a touchdown and a 2-point conversion? We get this thing to overtime, and the Giants win in overtime. Like, what kind of crack am I smoking under that premise?
That's a little too greedy for me. That's a little too
what I
greedy.
mean. I'm saying, like,
no neighbors. The Gigantes are not marching the field with no neighbors. At least I don't think so.
That's another good point. Yeah, you have to. Well, but there's also no Micah Parsons on the other side.
And Diggs, but I think I would still rather have Parsons and Diggs in. I mean, yeah, fair. I'd rather have Parsons in and neighbors in than no neighbors, no Parsons.
Diggs jumps the route and he misses it, and Darius Slayton is gone for 70 yards. Diggs with absolutely no concept of game situation, and the Giants tied the game.
Unbelievable. This is one of those few games. I always try and keep an eye out for these games where there's only been one touchdown scored. Or
no, there's two.
There's been two.
Yeah, the Lamb and the
Loudle and Lamb. Yeah,
Dowdle. The fake touchdown from Loudle, where somebody saw a hold and then apparently was told that there was
no hold.
But
America's team doesn't want it to be a hold.
Roughly 4 minutes before somebody called a face mask and then walked over and called the face mask on the guy whose face mask got wrenched around multiple different ways. But nobody called it. Like, what's going on with upstairs? You know what I mean?
No, I don't know.
Like, what's going on?
They do what they want. Like
the whole upstairs scene is I mean, I guess it's the head office scene is really just an absolute mess, if you ask me. Yeah. But yeah, we don't need to do it. The game's
quickly. Pat in the chat is asking you to rank these QBs: Tommy DeVito, Drew Lock, Daniel Jones. I mean, Daniel Jones and Tommy DeVito. Let's be honest. Maybe
Daniel
Drew Lock
Jones with a functional offensive line does not stink relative to all the other stinky quarterbacks that we see, right? Like the thing with last year is when Andrew Thomas got hurt in the first game against the Cowboys, and then he missed like 7 or 8 weeks, and he wasn't himself the rest of the way. And they talked about it on the broadcast where the Giants added 3 offensive linemen to last year's outfit, but that's 3 new offensive linemen. The whole thing is operating because of Andrew Thomas being healthy. Andrew Thomas is a very good offensive lineman, a very good left tackle. So when you have him functional in 3 new offensive linemen, then I'm not going to judge Daniel Jones on what happened last year. And then, by the way, the year before that, they made the playoffs. Now, again, it was a bit smoke and mirrors, don't get me wrong. But, like, that's the whole deal here with the Giants. Like, keep Daniel Jones upright, let them be able to run the football, right? And, again, they don't need Saquon Barkley, especially at the money that they were going to have to sort of pay him, right? But, like, Devin Singletary's fine. He's had some okay games. But, like, this would be the best offensive line that Saquon has played behind with New York if he was still there, right? And so, it sucks that those two things couldn't necessarily match up for Giants fans. But, yeah, like Daniel Jones at this point, I mean, again, is he going to win you a Super Bowl? That's the problem. You're sitting there in this universe where you're like, well, we're trying to win the Super Bowl. Like, that's the whole point of the exercise here. And then you talk about like giving this guy $100 million, and it's just like, is he worth it? And it's like, well, no, but is anybody really worth it? And you get existential in this whole question.
Yeah.
But Yeah, no, he's fine, for now. But that's the problem, right? You end up being kind of mediocre with Daniel Jones. And that's
third and 12 here. We need they're not going to get anything.
I know we're in a weird all of a sudden. Your boy Obbs needs to get in the mix here and actually miss a kick. And it's just like,
I mean,
not what you want.
I know someone in the chat was sweating. I think it was Aubrey. I think Aubrey already hit 2 field goals though, so it doesn't even matter. Yeah, he did hit 2 field goals.
Yeah, look at this guy.
So no, it's just this is just here to screw over every single.
Yeah, this is
5.5 bet, 5.5, 6 bet.
No point was ever getting covered all night long.
Oh man,
right in the neck.
Can we get a miracle here though? Can we get a miracle here? Can we please get a miracle?
They literally did a full scale interview and whatever before the game started, and oh my shit. I don't know if you're allowed to swear on this.
No, you're good. He missed. Congratulations. Yeah. Wait, that's massive. That is so massive.
We did it, Jay. I talked that thing all the way home right there.
What a miracle cover.
The feature that they showed.
Oh my
you know what? It was miracle covers a stretch. It's more like bad beat avoidance of the year. Right? Like that was going to be one of the tougher scenes in recent memory.
Can I say one thing? Whoever used their one time on that as a plus 5.5 bet, someone out there used their one time on that.
I deployed every jinx that I could. I was this close to talking about Post Malone showing up with Brandon Aubrey's jersey because I was like, well, they did this, and it was really well done. Feature, don't get me wrong, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
but they did this whole feature on him right up relatively close to the game, and then Post Malone is in there talking to him. He's signing the jersey to Post Malone. They were talking about he had 15 straight 50-yard field goals, and I think he hit both of them, 2 more tonight. And then of course he misses when we need him to because of Post Malone, frankly.
Oh man,
wouldn't it be hilarious if they got a touchdown here? Yeah,
I mean, someone, Sammy M said it earlier. Theo Johnson, Hail Mary catch for a touchdown would be nice.
Oh my God, he's a big target. He's a big target, guys.
You know who's not is Wan'Dale Robinson. This guy's 5'2". I never realized how short he was until he's he's usually catching the ball in the middle of the field and he's down on the ground in 2 seconds.
You know, the funny thing is, if he just has better ball skills and keeps running, this clown safety Hoover misses and it's a touchdown.
It's a touchdown. Yeah.
Right.
But we don't want that. We want Theo Johnson.
But and this is important. Wan'Dale Robinson stinks. So
yeah. Listen, if there's something I know about, 1 or 2 things about it's ball skills. So
based on what the conversation was before I got on. All right, here we go.
You thought things couldn't get crazier than edge work. Boy, you were.
I try to drag that thing.
Predators.
Right into the gutter as much as I possibly can, as you know. But I don't know what is Rob doing. I got in a little bit too late. He's in Hollywood. He's doing a commercial. What's he doing? I don't know. What's he?
I don't know.
Is he the new Subway guy? What's happening there?
I hope not. I hope not, because they have a bad track record of just unfortunate things happening to them. Because I'm not unfortunate. Maybe I should rephrase that. No. You know what we're getting at there, and that's just a very clear pick.
Yeah.
No, you're running the wrong way. Wait, go the other way. Go score a defensive touchdown like I need. All right, that does it. But Rob is. I don't know. He's filming something in Hollywood. Can't say what it is. So.
Oh, he was okay. He was being coy.
Yeah, he signed an NDA, so he actually can't even say.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll keep my eyes peeled for that one. All right. Is that it? Are we done?
Matt,
5 seconds?
Yeah,
left?
that's
What's
it.
going on here?
You can stick around for the last 5 seconds if you want, but I assume it's going to be a little.
Can I plug my stuff?
I was gonna give you the floor to plug your stuff before you head out.
Okay.
If you want to head out.
Go.
You want to head out?
Window.
All right.
On
go
Substack.com. Substack.com. The window at mrusauthentic on Twitter. You'll find it through there. It's not hard to find. At mrusauthentic. It's on the tweet that you probably took to get here. But yeah, Substack.com or the app. The window. All your sport, your NFL, college football, and then NHL starts literally next week.
It's crazy.
Jay, are you aware of this?
I literally had no idea. I've been so off NHL as a result of NFL. And I dropped, by the way, Matt, I dropped your Twitter in the chat. So chat, if you want to go see Matt, click the link.
Very cool.
Follow him on Twitter.
Yeah, man. I heard somebody say it starts October 4th, and they were wrong about the October 4th. But when they said that, I almost threw up in my mouth a little bit. And then I looked it up, and it was October 8th. And I was like, you know what? the vomit can stay there because I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that.
Yeah.
I'm
not
gonna
ready
be.
for
Don't
either.
worry. I'm gonna be, but I'm just not.
I just can't believe it's almost October. Anyways, Matt, thank you so much for jumping on. We appreciate
Thanks,
it.
buddy. What a treat.
Check out Matt on
Always a
Twitter at
pleasure.
mrusauthentic. We'll see you soon, Matt. See ya.
Thanks, pal. Bye.
All right, guys. That was Matt. You know him. You love him. Guys, that wraps it up for us here today. Who would have thought? Not me. Not me. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Listen, before you head out, if you haven't liked the stream already, I'm sure all of you guys have, but if you haven't, it'd do me a huge favor if you guys just smash that like button. Rob said 200. We're very far away from 200. So, I mean, if you could smash the like button, it would do a lot to help us out here. Also, we're going to make this a running theme on the show. Rate every single guest in the chat, 1 to 10, list their names, Clive, Suma, Rob, Matt. Give them a rating. Let us know who you liked. I'm sure you liked all of them. But yeah, let us know who you guys want to bring it back here. And give Rob a 0 because the heck's that? Making me host today. Anyways, I had a ton of fun with this, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope we can do more of these one-on-ones with me and you. I love conversing with chat. Hopefully you guys got a couple good cashes, and we cashed a couple good bets here. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I had a lot of fun. Hope you guys did too. So before you head out, make sure you hit the like button. And before you head out, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. One more thing before you head out, and you enjoy this kind of stuff, send it to one friend that you know who likes football, who likes betting, and thinks that they will enjoy this content. Does a lot for us here today. Drop who you like in the chat, guys. I hope you guys all have a good night. We'll see you guys Sunday morning for the pizza buffet. Rob will be back here for the pizza buffet. And then Sunday night, again, Rob will be hosting the watch along. I don't even know who's playing Sunday night. So whoever's playing, we'll see you then. See you guys on the pizza buffet. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been the Thursday Night Football watch along between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. Thank you to our guests, Suma, Clive, Rob, and Matt. And thank you to the viewers for tuning in and sticking throughout the whole stream. I see you. I appreciate you. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night. I'll see you guys on Sunday.